Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Possibly no period has inspired so many stories of high adventure than the fragment of history known as the Wild West, the era of the cowboy, and his endless war against the gunslinger, the sheep herder, and the Indian. Yet it was only a snippet of history, lasting less than a generation. By the beginning of the last decade of the 19th century, the Wild West was ancient history. Here's an unusual tale from that snippet which may strike you as a parallel with another ancient legend.
Stay cool, Lucy. I'll handle it.
But you can't. They're killers, all of them.
Boone, I'm calling you out. If you ain't got a gun of your own, you better borrow one.
Our mystery drama, On the Side of the Angels, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Ian Martin and stars Earl Hammond and Evie Juster. I'll be back shortly with Act One. The notoriety of the Wild West was at its height from 1870 to 1880, which is where our story begins, innocently enough. Somewhere in Wyoming territory, a solitary wagon drawn by one sturdy workhorse heads down a mountain trail towards a distant and sparse settlement. Behind the wagon, a cow pony hooked to the tailgate follows along. This is a special rig, a welcome sight to all in this wilderness land. The bandwagon, a traveling general store on wheels. It is driven by a ranch peddler, a tall, lanky man with a heavy, dark beard straggled with gray that grows high on his cheeks, till not much of his face can be seen below his worn old Stetson, but a pair of bright blue eyes.
Get along, get along, get along. Get along, doggy. Now, I don't blame you for pricking up your ears, Baldy. Just singing a little old song to forget how hungry I am. And thirsty. Man, I am bone dry, and I reckon you and old Blue back there are, too. So let's you and me pull off the trail here and head for that spread over there. And we can get that young man at the well to give us a drink at least. Hey there, young'un.
What can I do for you, Sagebrusher?
Oh, me and my two ponies here is dry as a gulch. I was wondering, could we water down here?
Sure.
Oh, thank you.
Just help yourself out with the dipper there from the bucket I already drew. I'll draw a couple more and fill up the trough while you unhitch your ponies and bring them over.
Well, I take that as right kindly of you, son.
I'm not a boy.
Oh? Well, what are you then?
I'm a woman. My name's Lucy.
Well, you sure could have fooled me in them Levi's and busted out hand-me-down boots with them worn-down heels.
These are my work clothes.
Oh, well, you own this spread all day by your lonesome?
No. My daddy and my two brothers live here, too.
Well, they don't appear to be about.
They rode into town like they do most days.
Leaving a little slip like you to handle all the chores?
I best get some water in the trough so the horses can drink.
Yes, I reckon. Hey, come on, Baldy. Come on, Blue. Yep, that's the boy. There you go.
Oh, I don't guess that'll be enough. I'll get you another bucket.
No, hold on, ma'am. I'll carry the bucket for you.
Oh, no, that's all right.
Well, I ain't going to steal it. But don't look so scared.
I ain't scared.
Then what?
Well, just surprised, I reckon.
Oh, you ain't used to having a man doing for you, huh? You don't have to answer that. Hey, come on now, give me the bucket. Now, your mom up at the house?
My mom died 5 years back.
When you was just about frying size, huh?
Stop talking as if I wasn't grown up. I was going on 18 when she passed away.
Well, you don't say.
I do say. Here, let me do that. It's my job.
Oh, no. Especially not when you're doing me a kindness. Now, you hand me the dipper, though. I'll wet my own whistle before I let the horses finish up.
Sure. Here.
Thank you kindly. Well, that surely does taste good.
Have some more.
Now, I don't suppose you'd have something for me to eat up at the house, ma'am, and maybe some feed for the horses?
Well, I'm afraid I...
Well, no, now, don't get me wrong. I'd be willing to pay, only not hard cash money. But you could choose what you want in trade.
Like what?
Oh, now I got pots and pans and knives and yellow soap and tallow candles, pins, needles, thread, buttons, fancy and plain, dress goods, calico, homespun, cotton of all kinds.
Well, you're a bandwagon.
That's right, ma'am. I'm a ranch peddler. I'm new to these parts. Name's Hank Boone.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Mr. Boone.
Mostly folks just call me Hank.
Could I see some of the dress goods? Hank?
Why, sure thing, Lucy. Now, you just step around to the back of the wagon. There. Now, I brought a whole new batch up from Cheyenne this trip. You know, the latest thing, just like they have back in the East. Here, let me show you. Now, there's plain cotton, and this here's fancy. The prints and calico with stripes and squares and...
Ain't they pretty?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's the point tempting myself? They ain't for me.
Well, you fill me and my horse's empty bellies for a couple of days, Lucy, and I'll cut you enough cloth for you to make a Sunday go-to-meeting clad in trade.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
Why not?
I'd need to have my daddy's and my brother's say so.
Wouldn't they consider it a fair trade?
I don't reckon so. You better ask them for yourself, Hank, because here comes my daddy and my brother Curly right now. I gotta make tracks so they won't see me talking to you. I don't want them angry with me.
Well, why should they be angry?
I can't explain it right now.
Hell, howdy.
Who in tarnation are you?
I'm Hank Boone, a ranch peddler.
What are your critters doing in my water trough?
Well, drinking, of course.
Water's scarce around these parts, mister. Who said they could freeload?
Well, now,
It was my sister, wasn't it? I seen her run away from the back of your wagon when we rode up.
Well, if you'd let me explain, I was just offering her to exchange some yard goods for the water and a square meal for me and my pony.
We don't want no yard goods, Mr. Peddler.
Well, I'll make you a better barter.
Yeah, what?
Now, your ranch looks pretty run down to me. Corral gate falling off its hinges, and the barn roof needs mending. Well, and the ranch house needs chinking and pointing. You feed me, and particularly my horses, good, 3 squares a day, and bed us down, and I'll fix your roof and your cabin and your corral.
Well, you'd have to sleep out on the horse barn.
Well, I got my own crumb roll, and I'll doss down in the wagon.
Okay, you got a deal.
That's mighty generous of you, Mr.
Stubbs. Jim Stubbs, and don't thank me yet. You're gonna work for every bite you get.
And don't you forget it.
I'm certain sure I won't be let to.
I don't like you, mister.
Well, I reckon the feeling's mutual.
All right, Curly, all right. And you, Mr. Cattlestiff Boone, get on with your chores.
Pronto, Senor El Presidente. Your wish is my command.
Why, that ornery sidewinder.
Let him go, Curly.
Pop, if you gone plain local, why'd you want to hire him?
First off, because he's right. The spread needs some work. Second, he's cheap. And third, you get a look at that wagon.
Not real close.
A lot of money tied up in that stock, son. You, me, and Buck could make ourselves quite a little profit on that layout.
But it ain't ours.
It will be, son. It will be.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Henny, my love.
I wanted to talk to you about some of the invitations. It's a powerful long list.
Well, with elections this close, we can't afford to disappoint anyone.
Now, don't you think I know that? Already made plans to set up lanterns in the yard below the hay lift. This is going to be the biggest and best hoedown Frontsville ever had. I'll see to that.
That's my little wife.
I just hope I can get everything ready in time. You realize it's only 1 week from tomorrow night away?
Pretty darn close.
Powell,
Yes, my love.
do I have to send an invite to Jim Stubbs and those two no-count sons of his?
Now, Henny, Jim Stubbs and his boys are all fired up useful to me come vote roundup time. See, they're mighty good at persuading folks to fall in line. And I need every vote I can get this election.
Oh, very well. I just hope maybe they won't come.
And they might not at that. They ain't much on fandangos and such.
Mostly because they know we'll serve punch and not whiskey. In my books, they are animals. Oh, I sure wish I could include that poor little Lucy in the invite.
It wouldn't do any good. They wouldn't let her come.
What have they got against that poor girl?
Fact, she's a woman. Stubbs haven't much use for women, except fancy kind.
They work that poor little thing like she was a jughead mule. They have her fetching, carrying, cooking, doing a man's work sun up till sundown. She might as well be a Cinderella.
Danged if you ain't just about hit the nail on the head. Only instead of the mother and the two ugly daughters, Lucy Stubbs has got Jem and his mean sons.
Without any chance of a Prince Charming coming along.
Let alone a fairy godmother. Shucks. What are we doing wondering over other people when we got enough problems of our own? What we can't help, we can't hassle over.
Well, I'd still like to include her in the invite.
And you'd only cause her trouble, Henny. She's got enough of that already.
Who's that?
Lucy.
Now, what are you doing down here by the barn this time of night, Lucy?
Well, I just finished my chores and washing the dishes. I came down here to get your dirty ones.
You can have them, but they aren't dirty anymore. I washed them.
Well, you didn't have to do that.
No, ma'am, I didn't. Only, well, that's not the real reason you come down here now, is it?
Now, listen, Hank. Don't you get any ideas.
Well, I got lots of them, Lucy, but none of them ought to worry you.
Well, all right. I'll tell you why I come here. If first off you tell me why you stayed.
Because I was hungry. Me and my partners.
You and the horses got a bellyful tonight. You could have took off soon as it got dark. You don't need to work like a dog for them just for bed and board. You could ride on down into Frontsville with your bandwagon and sell off a quarter of that stock you got in the wagon.
Yeah, I reckon I might have done.
So, why'd you stay?
Well, ma'am, maybe on a hunch. See, I can see you've been getting a thick end of the stick for a long while now. Maybe I had a notion I might help you out some.
I was afraid of that. That's why I took a chance on coming down here tonight. To tell you to pick up your heels and get, Hank, just as fast as you can.
Well, why would I do that?
Because if you don't, the only way you're going to be leaving this spread is feet first.
Remember I mentioned that this story might remind you of an old legend? Well, we have some of the elements established already. But where in the rough and tumble of the old Wild West do you suppose a Prince Charming might come from, let alone a fairy godmother? I shall return shortly with Act Two. For quite a long while after the concerned girl had made her surprising statement, the tall, lanky ranch peddler regarded her solemnly, his piercing blue eyes never wavering. As he contemplated her, he reached into his shirt pocket to pull out a tobacco sack. His teeth against the grizzled beard were white and strong as he pulled the string with them to open the sack, his other hand creasing the cigarette paper deftly. Then he sprinkled some tobacco in it, licked the edge of the paper, and with the ease of long practice, rolled the cigarette.
Now, who did you figure was going to fix it so I got laid out for the white linen, Lucy?
Them.
All three of them?
My brother Buck's the worst of them all. He's quiet, but just plain ornery.
I see. Do you mind if I light up?
No. Yes. Why don't you listen to me?
Yeah, but I am. I'm just trying to understand how you can be so certain sure.
I heard them. Most times they don't even know I'm around. But tonight was sort of different. As soon as Bucky come home, they sent me down to the well to get water.
So?
We didn't need no water. They know I fill up the barrel every night before supper. They was just trying to get rid of me. So, as soon as I got outside, I snuck back in the shadow of the lean-to by the kitchen window. And I could hear what they were saying.
And what were they saying, Lucy?
Well, Daddy was doing the talking. He was telling Buck he only took you on so you'd get the layout back in shape. And then they dry gulch you, steal your wagon and your stock.
And just how were they going to send me up Salt River?
Kill you? Or just shoot you?
For no reason?
Oh, they'd have a reason.
What?
They'd say they caught you messing around with me.
And what would you say to that?
I don't rightly know. A woman's word don't carry much weight in the prairie dog courts men run around here.
Maybe so. Well, looks like I'm forced to pull up stakes.
Oh, yes, Hank. Please go. You don't have a chance with them. They tote iron all the time, and they use it. But you don't even wear a gun.
That's right. I don't. I'm a man of peace. I'm just a peddler.
And that's why you don't know about people like my brothers.
Well, like I said, I ain't so worried about me. I got time. You don't. Here. You better take these and get on up to the ranch house before one of those brothers takes a notion to wake himself up and wonder just where his little sister is.
Mr. Mayor,
Why, yes, Henny. What are you doing down here at the office?
I just dropped off all the invites to the hoedown at the post office, except in one.
Yeah? What's that?
I want little Lucy Stubbs to have one, even if she can't come. Only I want to make sure she gets it.
Yeah, well, that might pose problem. No, she never comes here to town to pick up any mail.
That's right, Powell, honey. But ain't you planning to ride over to Grant's Junction on election business?
I am.
Well, then, you got to pass me enough by the Stubbs Ranch. I was thinking you could just stop off and make sure this gets into Lucy's hands herself.
Howdy, stranger.
Howdy.
You working the stub spread?
Well, I'm just helping out whilst I rest up my ponies. I'm a ranch peddler. There's my bandwagon. My name's Hank Boone.
Well, pleased to meet you, Mr. Boone. I'm Powell Bloomer, mayor of Frontsville. I surely hope you're going to favor our town by passing through. I'm certain the ladies could do a thriving business for you.
Well, I intend to be there pretty soon.
Glad to hear it. Any of the Stubbs about?
Well, no, I don't expect Jim or his boys back much before sundown. They went up to ride fence on the north pasture.
That's so. How about Miss Lucy?
Yeah, she's riding fence, too, about a mile up there on the east.
Well, I got a letter here I'd like you to get to her.
You want I should ride up and take it to her?
Well, I wouldn't want to put you out, Mr. Boone, but I'll tell you the truth. I'm kind of anxious it should get into her hands, and, I wouldn't want it.
You, wouldn't want her menfolk to know about it for some reason?
Well, I don't know how to explain.
Mr. Mayor, you don't have to. I've met Mr. Stubbs and his boys. You can rest assured this will get into no hands but Miss Lucy's.
Somehow, I have no doubt. Here, Mr. Boone.
Thank you.
And by the by, if you're going to pay us the courtesy of a visit and you should happen to be in town a week today, Saturday night, I'd like to issue an invite to a general hoedown and fandango Mrs. Bloomer and myself are holding.
I take that mighty kindly, sir. If I can attend, I'd be proud to. I guess I could ask you the same question. What are you doing here?
Oh, a couple of calves busted out through this hole in the fence. I'm taking down the last strand so I can drive them back into the pasture before the rest of them critters take a notion to bust out onto the range with them.
Well, you get the rest of your wire down, and I'll fetch in your Mavericks for you. Yep. Hey, boy. Oh. Go top strand, snug home, and your whole fence is as good as new.
I ought to thank you, but I wish you'd get on out of here.
Well, now, if you're worried about your kinfolks, them honorary brothers of yours and your pop took off to ride the west fence all the ways north, clear to the end of the ranch.
Well, they might take it to change their minds. I just don't want no trouble.
Well, what trouble could there be? Like I told you, I am a peaceful man.
You also said you was a ranch peddler. And that ain't the whole truth either.
Now, what does that mean?
I watched the way you worked those strays when you rounded them up. You're no peddler.
Well, I never said I've been a peddler all my life. I've been a lot of things.
And there's something else.
What's that, Lucy?
You ain't scared a bit of my brothers and my daddy, and you ought to be. Now, just who are you, Mr. Boone?
Come on, Lucy. Let's mount up and get to riding some fence whilst I tell you the story of my life.
You've been talking for most an hour, and you still haven't told me one real thing about yourself.
Well, Lucy, I told you I've been a cowpuncher. I've been boss. It was my whole life until I cut out and put all I saved into a bandwagon.
Oh, I know you talked a heap about what you was and what you are. But you ain't told me why.
Why what?
Why you ever gave up a life you know you loved.
Well, maybe I just got tired of being lonesome. Maybe I took a hankering to settle.
So, why didn't you?
Well, you got to find a woman first. Oh, hey, there's a nice stand of shade trees. Now, why don't we cut over there, huh? Ponies need a rest, and I reckon we could use a little noon meal, huh?
I didn't bring anything to eat with me.
I did. I took the liberty and snuck in the kitchen. Now, I got bread and cheese and a slice of meat. Well, you give me 15 minutes to get a fire going, and we got coffee to go with it. More coffee, Lucy?
Oh, no. I've had enough. First food I've eaten as long as I can remember. I didn't have nothing to do with preparing.
Well, that was the object.
What do you mean?
We'll give you a little rest for a change. Having somebody do for you instead of you doing for them all the time. How do you stand it, Lucy? Why don't you cut and run?
No cash money, for one thing. What would I do? Oh, I reckon there's only one thing a woman alone can do for a living out here in the frontier. I wouldn't cotton to that way of life.
But you got no life here.
That's for sure. I ain't set foot off this spread since my mom died. Don't even get to ride into town, even for mail, once in a while.
Oh, land sakes, I plumb forgot.
What?
Well, the whole reason I rode out the line to find you. Yeah, I got this here for you.
What is it?
Oh, it's a letter. Fellow rode by and said he was Mayor Bloomer out of Frontsville, and he wanted to make certain sure that this got into your hands and nobody else's.
Oh, what's in it?
Well, why don't you open it and find out?
I will. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Hey, now, Lucy, I mean, how come it gets to you so?
How could I explain? pain.
Well, I would listen.
You wouldn't understand.
Won't you try me?
Well, I'd like to. Well, maybe you are the only one might understand. You see, this here is an invite.
Well, if that's something to cry about.
Well, it is if you can't go. It's not just any old hoedown. This is the biggest event of the whole year.
Well, why can't you go?
Well, first off, because I wouldn't be allowed to. Anyways, because what would I wear? I don't even own a dress I could wear just to wash up the dishes.
Well, that's no problem.
What do you mean?
Well, you know how to sew?
Oh, I used to when Mom was still alive. I reckon you don't forget.
Well, I got needles and thread and whatever fabric takes your fancy.
I got no way of paying you.
Now, did I ask you to?
Oh, Hank, I couldn't. I shouldn't. And, well, even if I did, it would just never pan out.
You'll never know until you try.
They'd never let me go.
Well, will they be at the hoedown?
Well, they always get an invite, but they don't go. They'd just rather go drinking and playing cards and hanging out with them fancy women down at the saloon.
So how would they know if you win?
Oh, it don't signify. I got no way of getting there.
My coach and one are at your disposal. Cinderella.
Huh?
Well, isn't that just what you're like? And haven't you got a chance to escape just like she did?
Oh, I want to go to the hoedown real bad. Just to wear a dress again and get off this old ranch. No use fooling myself. I ain't about to meet any Prince Charming like she did in the story.
Like I say, you'll never know unless you try. Now, stranger things have happened.
Maybe the strangest of all is figuring an old sourdough like you for my fairy godmother.
Well, I'm too long in the tooth and the beard to be anything like that.
Well, I'd still like to know who you are to do this for me.
Well, let's say I'm a fellow who found the way to set himself free. Then maybe I'd like to help anyone else do the same thing. Now, you going to do it, Lucy?
Yes. Lord help me. I am. In spite of all, I just want this one fling.
In spite of all what?
I can just feel it in my bones, Hank. Nothing comes that easy to me. Oh, I just pray to heaven nobody gets hurt, ain't got it coming to them.
The story unwinds like a coiled lariat. All the parallels are there, and all the characters, except one. Prince Charming. Where can he possibly come from? Well, as Lucy said, who could imagine that a grizzled old sourdough could play the role of the fairy godmother? If that could happen, perhaps anything is possible. I'll be back shortly with Act 3. The week before Frontsville's greatest shindig has fled rapidly for Lucy. She had picked a pure white cotton, overprinted with a pattern of blue flowers. She has sewn it in secret, in moments stolen from her daily chores. And it is finished none too soon, because tonight is the night of the dance.
Ain't you riding into town tonight, Daddy?
Depends on boys, Lucy.
I thought maybe you might be going to Mayor and Mrs. Bloomer's big shindig.
No, we wouldn't be going there. Tea and punch and lady fingers ain't just our style. We ride in and we go for man's enjoyment. Regular Saturday night poker game. Oh, Curly. Well, what's your hired hand have to say? Oh, he reckons about 2-3 more days he'll finish up. Yeah, steady. We got time to make our move, huh? Yeah. Where's Book? Saddling up. Ain't we riding into town? No reason now we shouldn't. I'll go get my cow out and my gun belt.
What time will you all be home?
What do you care?
I'd just like to know.
Well, then I guess somewhere the other side of midnight.
thought they would never leave.
So did I.
Yeah, but they did. And it's getting sort of late. Now, ain't it time for you to get all dressed up for the ball, huh?
I ain't going.
Well, how come?
It's too dangerous. I know it's going to mean trouble.
Now, you mean to tell me you spent this whole week making that dress, planning, getting ready, and you're just going to plain throw it all over?
I don't want to, Hank.
You're even going to spoil the best surprise of all.
What surprise?
These.
A pair of shoes. A pair of Sunday go-to-meeting dancing shoes.
Just your size.
Oh, Hank, they are beautiful.
Only if they get worn and if they fit.
Well, it appears as if they are, huh?
Well, why don't you go and find out?
Hank, I can't. It's too dangerous for you.
What time are those three getting home?
Not before midnight. Probably not till near sunup. But I couldn't take any chance. Till midnight, I'd ought to be safe.
Okay, then I'll be your coachman. I'll drive you to the hoedown and fetch you home before midnight. And then I promise I'm going to take off for good before they try to dry gulch me.
If that's a promise, then I'll take my chances and go to the bar.
Miss Lucy, are you ready?
You can come on in, Hank.
Oh, my, oh, my.
You like?
Oh, you are about the prettiest sight I ever did see. What did you do with your hair?
I washed it and brushed it and put it up with hairpins you loaned me.
Well, if you ain't a princess, I don't know what is. But only one thing is missing.
What?
This here, to put in your hair.
Oh, Hank, a comb with real brilliance. Oh, where'd you ever find it?
Well, I didn't. It was my mother's. Will you wear it tonight?
Are you sure you want me to?
Oh, yes.
Then I'd be proud to. Like that?
That's just the way it should be. Now, come on. You don't want to be late for the party. Here you are, madame.
I'm scared. I'm afraid to go in.
Just swallow once and put your best foot forward. Here. Come on, let me help you down.
Oh. I feel just as light as air.
Oh, you don't feel no heavier than a tumbleweed. And you are powerful beautiful.
Am I, Hank?
Appears that way to me.
No. I wish you was coming to the dance with me.
What, an old rawhide like me? And I cramp your style. Now, you go find yourself a nice young buckaroo.
Suppose I can't find one I want.
The mayor, and, yeah, I guess that's his wife. They're waiting for you on the receiving line.
You'll be back for me before midnight.
Now, don't you worry. And even if you're a little late, the old bandwagon won't turn into any pumpkin.
Right nice to see you, Mrs. Breed.
Good evening, Mrs. Breed. I hope you're going to allow me the honor of a dance later.
Good evening. I don't believe I know you. I have my invite.
Lucy Stubbs? Why, I'd have never recognized you in a million years. Why, child, you're lovely.
Oh, I thank you kindly for saying so. Why, it came. Please.
It is. It's Lucy Stubbs. Hiding all that beauty these last few years under a sweat-stained hat and some old worn Levi's. Why, could you believe it? Lucy, your family here?
No, sir.
Oh. Well, how'd you come?
A friend brought me in his wagon.
Oh, that ranch peddler who's staying out your way?
Yes.
Yes, well, why didn't he join us?
He didn't have an invite. I reckon he's some shy about most folks. But he's like to be the best person in the whole world. I wish he was here. I wouldn't feel so alone.
Well, you ain't going to be alone for long, child. You know, once I take you into the dance, you're going to have to fight them off. Having a good time, Lucy?
Oh, the best, Mr. Mayor.
You found a young man?
Oh, not quite yet.
Oh. Well, looks like you have a new partner. I've never seen this young man before.
Me neither.
Bow to your partner, Lucy. Oh, shucks. Now, is it that easy to spot me, huh?
Oh, you can shave off all your whiskers and come up with skin pink as a baby, but you can't change those blue eyes.
Skin pink as a baby, huh? And as tender, I can tell you. Took me best part of an hour to hack off all that stubble.
It took me a whole week to turn the sow's ear into silk furs. Ain't we a pair?
No, not quite. You're beautiful.
And what do you think you are? And so young. Can't we go somewhere right away and just be alone?
Well, now, you don't have to twist my arm. Come on. What are you laughing at, Lucy?
Us? You, I reckon.
Well, what's so funny?
That my fairy godmother went and turned into my Prince Charming. It ain't quite the way the story went.
Now, this is our story, and we make our own happy ending.
Oh, Hank, I can't believe it's happening. You, me. Now, why'd you wait so long to tell me?
A week?
Well, why didn't you say something sooner?
Well, I had to give you a chance to know. The way you were situated. Any way you could fly the prison you were locked in might have looked good. Well, I couldn't let you take a route you'd cry over later.
So you helped me make a dress, found out myself as a woman, and spread my wings.
Princess, you were made for flying.
Only right back into your arms. Oh, Hank.
Oh, Lucy. So, it's just like the story. A happy ending.
No, it ain't that easy, Hank. What about my family?
Well, we just walk away from them or ride.
You mean I can never go back home?
What did you leave there that you have to take with you?
Nothing, except...
Now, it's coming on to midnight. Now, let's you and me get back to the party and make our farewells.
Mr. Mayor.
What is it, Henny?
Look who just came in. It's the Stubbs boy.
Yeah, so it is. Well, we did invite them,
Against my will. Well, Lucy and that nice young man.
Yes, and I don't see them.
Well, I'll go greet Jim and his boys. You go see if you can find Lucy and tell her to keep out of sight. Why, good evening, Mr. Stubbs. I didn't think we were going to have the honor of your company.
Well, me and the boys felt we ought to put in a token appearance.
Well, you're most welcome. Can I get you some punch?
I know 'em. I reckon we'll just...
Oh,
What?
look.
That's pretty good, all right, but what?
You can't recognize your own daughter?
That's Lucy. By damn, you're right. Who's that fancy fellow with her?
Well, I wouldn't know him without the whiskers. Excepting for them boots with the fancy stitches he's wearing. That's the ranch peddler.
Why, that ornery no-count going behind our
No,
back.
I hope there isn't going to be any trouble.
No trouble, Mrs. Bloomer. I'm just going to call him out.
And you just stay out of this, ma'am. This here is men's business.
Hank Boone.
Oh, Hank, it's Curly.
Now, stay cool, Lucy. I'll handle it.
But you can't. They're killers, all of them.
Boone, I'm calling you out. If you ain't got a gun of your own, you better borrow one.
You don't want to call me out, Curly. I'm warning you.
Don't you try to weasel. You gonna have a gun on your hip?
I'll do better. You let me fetch my belt, and I'll have one on both.
Why'd you do it, Curly? We could have took care of him back at the ranch.
I never did like the guy. What's the difference, a ranch peddler? I got nothing to worry about.
Just the same, we don't take no chances. Now, I got Buck covering for you to one side. The moment you draw, he'll squeeze off and drop him.
Okay. I'll stand away, Paul. He's coming out from his wagon.
Please don't go up against him, Hank.
You've been spoiling for this since we first met.
But he's a killer, Hank. Aren't you afraid?
Yep.
Then don't.
I'm not afraid for me, Lucy. And it has to be if you and me are going to have any future.
You ready, peddler?
I'm ready.
Then draw down.
Don't shoot.
I oughta, Jim Stubbs. Your boys tried to sidewind me, and I had to kill them both. This ain't any prettier for me than it is for you.
Can't you smile again, Hank?
Well, give me time, Lucy. At the moment, I'm too ashamed of myself.
What do you have to be ashamed of?
Well, I grew up a cowhand. I was always quick with a gun. I was only 20 when Pecos John come to our town. Now, he picked the quarrel. I didn't. It was just my gun was faster. And from then on, I was a marked man.
What do you mean?
Well, every vaquero figured he could slip a gun out of the holster faster than I could, wanted to go up against me. And I was marked for a killer. I didn't want it. Knowing as I did, sooner or later someone would draw faster than me, so I took my savings and bought me a bandwagon, and I just hoped for some peace.
Well, ain't you got that now?
Yes, Lucy. I am daring to hope I have. But that ain't the best part.
What is?
It ain't going to be a long, lonely ride anymore. I got company to keep me warm. I got you.
And in the old days, the wagon would have traveled off into the sunset while music played and 2 words would have been printed over the scene. The end. Which, of course, is true enough for the story. But for Hank and Lucy, the legend should have read, The Beginning. I'll be back shortly. The kind of raw justice that was meted out in the days of the Wild West is, of course, indefensible. No nation can live by anarchy. But sometimes, particularly when it's only a story, we can all silently applaud the side that we think is right, even if the methods are against our natural impulses. For example, I would hope that in the story you have just heard, you would be on the side of the angels. Our cast included Earl Hammond, Evie Juster, and Ian Martin. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
This is the voice of the Rocky Mountain West. Radio 85, KOA Denver.
Come in. Welcome. Welcome to Mystery Theater. I am Hyman Brown with another tale of the macabre. Macabre suggests a dance of death, Death is a skeleton who leads others to the grave. In this story, a respected middle-aged man, Philip Chambers, becomes an agent for death because death placed in his hands a temptation he could not resist, avarice, one of the 7 mortal sins. In the short space of 3 days, avarice and almost physical greed for wealth brought terror and disaster to this man and to his family.
Who are you?
Where is it, Mr. Chambers?
What are you doing in my basement? How did you get in here?
Let's have it, Mr. Chambers. You don't want to get hurt, do you? This is a real gun. I've used it before. I know how to use it.
Let him have it, Nick. Let's get out of here.
Not until Mr. Chambers turns it over to us. How about it, Mr. Chambers?
What is it you want?
The money. 80 grand. It's ours. And you've got it someplace down here. Now turn it over, or I'll blow your head off.
Our mystery drama, The Root of All Evil, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Roy Windsor and stars Norman Rose and Ann Shepard. I'll be back shortly with Act 1. Philip Chambers and his wife Laura live in a small colonial house in Morris Manor, a village 30 minutes from New York. Its streets are tree-lined and quiet. Families take pride in their homes and land. It's a wealthy village, and most families have gardeners, but not Philip Chambers. He's an organic gardener who enjoys grinding up all kinds of refuse for his compost heap and returning it to the soil of his acre of land. And that's where the trouble began. One Sunday morning at breakfast, in their kitchen.
Now, Phil, please don't run that shredder of yours before 9 o'clock. Some people like to sleep on Sunday morning.
I know.
I'll slick up the kitchen, and you'll be back in time to clean up for church. You want the eggshells?
Certainly. What have you done with the scraps?
Oh, they're in the plastic bag. All the weak stuff. I put the bag in the garbage bin last night. It was beginning to perfume the back porch. Get rid of it.
My dear Laura, it will be ground to shreds within half an hour.
And don't get your fingers caught in that fool machine.
Beautiful morning. Let me see. Yep. There's a pretty large bag full of garbage. Better get the wheelbarrow. What the devil? Money. Packs of money. What? There must be thousands of dollars at the bottom of the bin. What? It's a fortune. It's a fortune. Where did it come from? What do I do with it? Somebody hid the money there. But why? And whose is it?
Phil?
Yes.
Joan Shelton just telephoned. It's in the news. I'm going to go across to read the article.
Well, what's in the news?
The robbery. You were asleep when all the excitement happened. I'll bring back the newspaper clipping, and I'll tell you all about it. I'll be right back.
The robbery?
I'll be right back.
Robbery? What robbery? I must get to the basement. Good Lord. I've never held so much real money in my hands in all my life. Packs of $100 bills. 50 in a pack. Let's see, 10 of those. Oh, I can't believe it. $50,000. And $1,000 bills. 30 of them. $80,000. Oh, I'm rich. I'm rich. No more scrimping. No more fawning over persons for whom I have contempt. Begging work as a freelance copywriter. People who don't know as much as I've forgotten. This money means I am free. Oh, it's got to be hidden. Whoever left that fortune in the garbage bin will try to get it back. Laura said there was a robbery. Maybe the thief hid the money. Let's see. Where'll I put it? Small box. First, I'll place the money in this plastic bag. And then into that box, the iris bulbs came in. Let's see. And then where? Let me see. Yeah. Behind the basement window, under the porch. The siding runs to the ground. $80,000. It's mine. And I won't give it up.
Phil?
Yes, Laura.
Can you come up here for a minute?
Oh, why, certainly.
Come on out on the porch. I have that article.
Laura, there was a robbery.
Read.
2 a.m. Grove City Police. Raced after 3 men in a... crashed when they made a sharp turn at McKinley Street and Highland Avenue in Morris Manor. Why, Laura, that's our corner.
And you slept right through the whole thing.
Yeah, I must have.
The sound could have wakened the dead. The police car was blasting its siren. Then there was a terrible crash when the robber's car hit old Mrs. Morris's elm tree and turned upside down. And one of the men was dead.
Huh. And the other 2, you said there were 3.
Must have got away. All of us had run outside, Dr. Shelton and Joan and I and the Moores and the McLeods, but the police told us to get back to our houses. They had their guns out, and they were searching for the missing men.
How much did they get away with?
Thousands of dollars. As much as $75,000 or $80,000. They tied up the night watchman and broke into the Grove City Federal Bank. Some alarm went off, so the police reached the bank just as the robbers jumped into their car, and they came tearing along this way. The police were right after them.
You know, that was a nice elm tree of Mrs. Moore's.
Is that all you've got to say? That was a nice elm tree of Mrs. Moore's? This is the most exciting thing we've had around here since the Hurricane Esther, and you're worried about Mrs. Moore's elm tree. You got no adventure in your soul, Phil. That's all right. You did have. Now the 2 of us are staid old middle-agers getting by and letting the world go by.
I suppose so, Laura.
Oh, you're not offended, Phil.
No, of course not. My future's behind me, I'm afraid.
No, it's not. You've done so much. You've written so many great advertising campaigns. Your skill hasn't worn away. You'll see. I'm certain it'll go well tomorrow.
I hope so. But, Laura, face it, I'm 55. My lunch date and interview tomorrow is with a 26-year-old girl, almost fresh out of college. Well, Laura, I'm old enough to be her father. Why would she want to employ me? I'd be an embarrassment to her because I know too much.
I don't see why. Well, you have to finish with your shredding, and I've got to dress for church.
Well, I decided not to use the shredder this morning.
Oh, not enough garbage and refuse?
Oh, no. All the excitement about last night has unnerved me. I'll get to the shredder next week.
I'll be out of the shower in a few minutes.
Well, don't hurry. I have some things to do in the basement.
Oh, look, I've asked Dr. Shelton and Joan to come by at 6 for cocktails on the porch. All right?
Huh? Oh, sure, it's fine. Look a gift horse in the face. There's an old chestnut. When someone makes you a present, don't look too minutely into its intrinsic value. $80,000. Oh, that's some gift horse. Or is it? No, it's stolen money, which I propose to steal. I hope it's safe behind that basement window. I better lock the garage, put that bag of garbage back in the bin, and then church.
Paul, the glass is empty, Doctor.
Oh, 2 is my limit on a Sunday night, Laura.
Joan?
Oh, all right. I'm not operating at 7 in the morning.
Phil?
Oh, yes, dear.
Joan would like a refill. Your mind's a million miles away.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. Now, that was with water, right?
Please.
Paul, what do you think, really? I mean, about that robbery and the disappearance of the 2 men.
Well, after looking at the car, Laura, I wonder how they came out of the accident alive.
But they did. It's remarkable. And they disappeared with all that money. Almost $100,000.
Oh, not quite that much, but a small fortune. How could they have escaped the police? Maybe they're still hiding right in this neighborhood.
Here's your drink, Joan.
Thank you. They could be in hiding. Don't you think so, Paul?
I can't imagine where.
Someone's basement or attic. The Waynes are away for the month. Yes, they're at Candlestick Lake for a month.
Well, surely they notified the police that they'd be away. Are there other vacant houses in the neighborhood, do you know?
Yeah. The Murrays went away for the weekend to visit their son at camp.
So it's possible that the thieves could be hiding right around here.
Well, my guess is that they stole somebody's car and got themselves lost in the city.
With $80,000 of hard-earned money.
Well, insurance will cover the bank's loss. Joan, my dear, I'm afraid it's time for the doctor to get to bed.
What time? Oh, my dear, it's late. It's 10 o'clock. We came over here for cocktails. We stayed for salad and rolls.
I'm delighted you did. Phil's been fidgety all day long. Your visit took his mind off his problems, didn't it, Phil?
Oh, yes. Very happy that you came over.
Don't work so hard, Phil. You have seemed preoccupied. Relax. Or has the chatter about the mysterious robbers upset you?
Oh, heavens, no.
This is the house? Yeah. Hold the light. When I get the cover off, stick the light inside the can, way in. And then turn it on. Okay. Creepy out of here. Flash the light in the bottom of the can. See anything? No. Scrounge around. It's not there. It's gotta be there. Somebody beat us to it. What dirty stuff. Shut up. Mike dead and 80 grand gone. Someone's got it. Maybe the garbage. Don't be stupid. There's no garbage pickup on Sunday. Well, maybe the people in the house seen it and called the fuzz. Maybe. Or maybe they kept it. You get kind of a surprise. You open a garbage can and find 80 grand. Right on. I wonder who lives here. We gotta find out. If he's got the money, we'll sweat it out of him. But if he gave it to the cops? That we find out first. You crazy? We walk in and ask if they found the money, we'd be in the can in 5 seconds. You ever heard of the telephone? That's how we find out. And when we know, we come back. Now put the light away. I'll put the cover back on the can. Right. Then let's get out of here. Them bugs that go croak give me the shakes.
Phil? Phil, is that you?
What is it, Laura?
Are you still awake? What's the matter? Can't you sleep? Is it cold on the porch? I'll get you another blanket.
No. I'm all right. Go back to bed, Laura.
Your voice is shaking. Let me turn on the light.
No, please.
Come into the bedroom. Phil, I'll turn on the light. Phil. You're soaked with perspiration. What is it? Let me get your robe. Where do you feel ill? What is stomach? But your head? Sit down on the rocker. You look ghastly.
Laura, maybe if I had a brandy.
I'll telephone Paul Shilton.
No, please. He's operating at 7. I'm just gonna chill or something.
You wipe your face with a wet cloth and I'll be right up.
I heard them. Every word. They're coming back. Killers. Oh, what should I do? Is it too late to call the police and turn in the money? Maybe not. But give up $80,000 because I'm afraid of a pair of hoodlums? What have I got to be afraid of? Say they confront me. I tell them that I haven't got the money. Would they risk shooting me? No, I won't give up that money. I won't.
Here's the brandy, sweetheart.
Oh, thanks. That helps.
Phil, when I walked through the living room to the bar on the porch...
Yes?
2 men were staring from behind the front hedge through the living room window. Phil, I'm afraid.
Philip Chambers is already a harried man. Will his sense of moral values be strong enough to overcome temptation, or will he persist in holding on to the stolen money? We'll find out when Mystery Theater returns with Act 2. Philip Chambers and his wife Laura somehow got through the remainder of the night. After Laura's fright about seeing two men stare through her living room windows, Philip, in a brave display, turned on the front lights and walked outside defiantly, a fireplace poker in his hand. That assured Laura, but she insisted on telephoning the police and reporting what she had seen. Then the Chambers went to bed and to a fitful sleep. The next morning, over coffee...
You all right, Phil? You look pretty ragged.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'd better be. I'm seeing that girl at noon and going to lunch.
You taking the train?
The 10:05.
Darling, you're a bundle of nerves. Phil, why?
You keep telling me that, Laura, and that hardly helps. Look, I wish you'd just forget about me. I've got a lot on my mind now, if you'll excuse me.
I'm sorry, Phil. I'm sorry, but you worry me. Is something bothering you that I don't know about?
Survival.
Survival? We're not that bad off. We're doing all right.
Look, I'll be in the basement.
Well, I'll drive you to the train.
Don't bother. I'll call a cab.
But that's foolish. 1 minute you're talking about survival. The next minute you're throwing away money out on a cab.
Laura, just stop talking, will you, please?
So strange. Let's come over here. Go straight to Dr. Sheldon. Maybe he can find out. 5, 4, 5, 7.
Dr. Shelton's residence.
Hi, Joni.
Laura.
Yeah. Look, when does Paul get home from the hospital?
Well, this is Monday, and he operated early. I say, he ought to be home by 4. Why? Something wrong?
I think so. But I don't know. It's Phil. Joni, tell you what. He's taking the 10:05 to the city. Can you come over at 10:30? I'll be back then, and I've got to talk this out.
Of course. You sound serious.
I am. Will you come over?
Of course. I'll see you at 10:30.
There. That ought to be safe. Who'd think of looking behind a basement window and under the porch? Oh, I got the shakes. Why don't I take the money with me into the city? I could leave it in a locker at Grand Central. If the police find the money in my possession. Oh, no, I've got to bluff my way out of this. $80,000 dropped into my hands. I can't give it up. Now, look, I mustn't be afraid. Oh, my stomach keeps turning. I still have that lunch meeting.
You look as if you hadn't slept a wink last night, Laura.
I didn't. At about 3 o'clock, Phil was awake. He came up late and slept on the upstairs porch. I heard him stirring. So I checked on him. He was covered with perspiration, shaking like a leaf.
And how was he this morning?
Well, he looked exhausted, but he didn't have the shakes. He was all right when I dropped him at the train.
Well, he has that important lunch today, doesn't he? Could that be it?
It could be, but I don't think so. Phil's had summit meetings before. No, it's something else. I can't find out what it is. Maybe Paul can.
Maybe. Paul's not a psychiatrist.
Yes, I know, but he's a doctor, and Phil might confide in him. Besides, Paul's his best friend.
But Phil wouldn't say what was bothering him.
No. When I persisted in my questions, he said survival.
Well, that's odd. What did he mean? Continuing to live, to stay alive?
I think it has something to do with the robbery of the Grove City Bank.
Oh, Laura, for heaven's sake,
yes.
Why? What's that got to do with Phil?
Well, ever since I mentioned the robbery to him, Phil seemed distracted. When he read the article in the news, he grew tense. He began to perspire. I didn't think anything of it at the time. But since what's happened, I've been trying to reconstruct Phil's behavior. I think it springs somehow from the robbery. I've never been so frightened in my life.
Laura?
I went down for brandy when he felt so badly. I didn't switch on the lights. I walked down the stairs from the bedroom and across the living room toward the porch. And that's when I almost screamed.
Good heavens, what happened?
2 men standing behind the hedge, in front of the living room windows and looking in.
What? Looking through your windows? You think that the stolen money was or is somewhere around your property?
I don't know what to think.
Have you told the police?
I telephoned them last night, and they sent a prowl car to snoop around.
Well, did you mention your theory to the police? I mean, about the money being hidden somewhere around your house?
No. First, it sounds far-fetched. Second, I've got a feeling that somehow it concerns Phil.
How could it concern Phil? You mean he may know where the money is hidden?
I don't know what I mean, Joan.
Talk about imagination. Laura, you're as bad as Phil with his talk about survival. He has a bad case of nerves and... Survival? He said he was worried about survival. Now, isn't that the word you said?
Yes, that's the word he used. I thought he meant our survival. But what if he meant he was afraid, literally, of his own survival? That would mean he knows something about the robbery that he's not telling.
But you don't believe that he found the money, do you?
I don't know.
But if he did, knowing Phil, the kind of man he is, he'd just have called the police.
No question about it. And he would have told me. Oh, excuse me. Back doorbell. I'll be right back, Joan.
Take your time. I'll be out on the porch.
Morning. I'd like to read the water meter.
Oh, down the steps to the basement. And watch your head. The ceiling's low.
The garden looks wonderful, Laura.
Yes, it does. Phil takes such great pride in it.
Laura, if Phil meant he's afraid about his own survival, and I think he knows something. Either he saw the men who stole the money and can identify them, or he knows where the money is hidden.
That I can't believe. If Phil knew that, I'd know it. And you just said Phil, being the kind of man he's always been, would return it.
Yes. Well, maybe Paul can drag it out of him. Whatever it might be.
I'm worried sick. I have a premonition of danger or tragedy. Something in the air. A sense of impending evil. Hello?
Laura, something's occurred to me.
What, Joan?
I was on your porch at 10:30 and the doorbell rang. Who was it?
Well, the man who reads the water meter. Why?
Well, he didn't come to my house. And when a man comes from the water department, he reads the meters at all the houses in the neighborhood.
Yes, he does.
And another thing. I went shopping at noon, and as I drove out of my driveway, a man walked out from the back of your house. Did someone else call on you?
No. You mean that the man who read the meter was in my basement from 10:30 until noon?
Some man was, but he wasn't a man from the water department.
Well, then we're right. The stolen money's around here someplace, and the man was one of the thieves.
That's what I think. Has Phil returned from New York?
No, and it's after 5.
Well, you shouldn't be in that house alone until we get to the bottom of this strange situation. Paul got stuck with another emergency operation. He won't be home until quite late.
Oh.
But I'll send him by after I tell him everything we think.
Oh, but the poor man will be exhausted.
No, not that exhausted. He'll be by to see Phil, and then you come across to see me, all right?
Yeah. Thank you, Joan. Oh, there's the front door. Phil?
Here I am, all in one piece.
It's Phil. He sounds a little tipsy. I'll see you later, Joan.
Goodbye.
I'm on the porch, honey. You'll excuse me for having had one more than I should have had. After lunch...
Well, you don't have to explain, darling. I take it you didn't get the assignment?
How did you know that? You got second sight or something?
Or something. Was it unpleasant?
No, about as I expected. Nice girl. Young enough to be my daughter. She had white wine, and I had a few martinis.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, oh, dear.
So you proceeded to lord it over the young woman who sips white wine?
Lord it over? No, that's not so. We got talking about what I'd be doing as a consultant in copy. Now, I know something about copy, Laura.
Yes, you do.
Me begging for a job. I used to run that joint before that kid was out of Dr. Denton's. Can't be 26. I was about 30 when she was born.
Let me fix you a cup of coffee.
I don't want any coffee. You say that I'm bummed, Laura? Well, I'm not. I never felt better. I just had lots of things on my mind.
Including the robbery of the Grove City Bank?
Robbery?
Do you know who the men are who robbed the bank, Phil?
Me? Well, how would I know? I never saw them in my life. Say, what is all this?
Remember the two men I saw looking in through the living room window this morning at 3 a.m.?
Yeah?
What were two men doing looking through the window, Phil?
Well, search me.
We think they had hidden the stolen money and were looking for it.
We? Laura, who is we?
Joan and me.
Have you been talking this over with Joan?
Why not? She's my best friend and Paul is yours.
You and Joan turned amateur detectives, huh? Haven't the two of you got anything better to talk about than that robbery?
Frankly, no. Because ever since you heard about it, you haven't been Philip Chambers.
Oh, and who have I been?
A nervous wreck. And you're making a nervous wreck out of me. Tell me honestly, Phil, do you know anything about the men who committed the robbery? Do you know who they are? Do they hide the money on our property? Are you in danger of survival?
Lots of questions.
Give me some answers, Phil.
What are you so worked up about, Laura? This is a police matter. Just leave it to the police.
I've notified the police.
What? Last night?
And again today. A man came to the house and said he wanted to read the water meter. He wasn't from the water company. He was in our basement for almost an hour and a half.
Oh, I see.
What? What do you see?
Well, maybe you're right. I don't know anything about any of this, but you just might be right. Maybe the thieves did hide that money around here. I better check.
Let's have the police do the checking.
Now, don't you worry about me. I'll just look around.
Phil, are you in danger?
Now, nothing's going to happen to me. It's getting dark outside. It's starting to rain.
I'll be across the street with Joan.
Hello, Mr. Chambers.
What? Who are you?
Where have you got it, Mr. Chambers?
What are you doing in my basement? How did you get in here?
Let's have it, Mr. Chambers. You don't want to get hurt, do you? This is a real gun. I've used it before. I know how to use it.
Let him have it, Nick. Let's get out of here.
Not until he turns it over to us. Now, how about it, Mr. Chambers?
What is it you want?
The money, $80,000. It's ours, and you have it someplace down here. Now, turn it over, or I'll blow your head off.
Avarice is like quicksand. Once you've taken the first risky step, you cannot save yourself from its grasp. Philip Chambers may lose his life unless he gives up what is not rightly his. He has everything to lose, nothing to gain. Or has greed so infected his mind that he will look down the barrel of a revolver and believe that he can stop a bullet with his beautiful dream of a fortune and the security it will give him. Mystery Theater will return shortly with Act 3. Philip Chambers found $80,000 at the bottom of his garbage bin. Despite a lifetime of ethical exactitude, Mr. Chambers didn't hesitate a minute before deciding that fate had dropped a rich token into his deserving hands. He kept the money stolen from the bank in Grove City, but the thieves also want the money.
I'm waiting, Mr. Chambers.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I want you out of here.
He's gonna be tough, Stud.
You want me to soften him up?
Not yet. Stud here is pretty good at making a guy talk, Mr. Chambers. Now, we don't want to hurt you, so just turn over the money and we'll run along.
I haven't got your money.
We're wasting time, Nick.
You got it all right. We hid it in the garbage can last Saturday night. You found it Sunday morning and hid it, because when we came back for it, it was gone. Now, where have you got it?
If you think that there's money down here, you're crazy. If there were, why didn't you find it? You were down here for an hour and a half this morning.
I'm getting impatient, Mr. Chambers. If you don't turn over that money in 1 minute, Stud will go to work on you.
You wouldn't get away with it. You think I'm going to stand here and do nothing while that gorilla comes at me? Now, look, I've got a pair of pretty good fists, and I'll yell my head off.
Oh, let me get at this guy,
Hold it,
Nick.
hold it. I have a better idea. We'll kill his wife. How'd you like that, Mr. Chambers?
Are you dirty?
I wouldn't mind killing you. We don't care about you, but we care about the money. And with you dead, we still haven't got it. But we intend to get it because you're going to give it to us. Now, you have it for us by midnight. You leave it next to the garbage bin. We'll pick it up, and then Mrs. Chambers will be all right, and you'll be all right. Otherwise, you'll have only yourself to blame.
Uh-huh. Well, what's to prevent me from calling the police?
You won't do that, Mr. Chambers. If you don't have the money outside by midnight, I'll tell the police you have the money.
You think they'd believe you? Your tip against my word and my reputation?
We got confidence in the police, ain't we, Nick?
That's right. Well, they'll break you down, Mr. Chambers. We have our way, they have theirs, and you'll slip up. Maybe not right away, but soon. But it won't get to the police. You know why? Because if the money isn't there tonight, we take care of your wife tomorrow.
He ain't kidding, mister.
So why don't you give us the money now and save all the sweat?
If I had the money that you're talking about, I would see you in hell before I gave it to you.
Stud. You're still pretty fast, Stud, my boy.
He was wide open. Now, let's get out of here.
And we'll watch the house. It might be an interesting few hours. Good night, Mr. Chambers.
Laura, it's inconceivable to me that Phil might have all that money. Phil. My impression is that Phil's the kind who always returns the change if a waiter's made a mistake.
Yes. But, Joan, imagine having not change, but $80,000 in your hands. No, Phil's always been scrupulously honest, but he thinks about money all the time. The expenses. Where's the money coming from to pay them? He reviews our situation almost every day.
Well, that's fear.
Sure, of course it is. But he's only 55. We have money. Not much, but enough to get by on. So once in a while, Phil manages to relax. Not for long. There's always an unexpected expense. It throws his calculations out the window, and then he starts to fret. And when he frets, he begins to feel sorry for himself.
I never realized he was that upset.
Well, he'd never show it to his friends. He's too proud for that. Imagine what he must have felt when a fortune drops into his hands.
You've convinced yourself that Phil does have that money, haven't you?
Well, it's the only explanation I can give for his weird behavior. If anything happened to Phil...
I know. Wait a minute. I think I hear the car. If it's Paul, we'll send him across the street to Phil right away.
Oh, give the poor doctor a few minutes to relax.
He can relax after he questions Phil. Then maybe all of us will be able to relax.
Tell me about it, Phil.
I'd rather not, Paul.
I find your front door open. I walk in and call hello. No answer. I find you in the basement, sitting with your head in your hands, covered with perspiration, shaking as if you had a fever, and you won't tell me about it. After all, I am a doctor, Phil.
I just can't.
Your face is swollen. You've been crying. But that doesn't entirely account for the swollen face, does it?
No.
Did you fall down? Or walk into something?
Paul, I got knocked out.
Ah. Interesting. Ready to spill the beans?
I don't know how I can bring myself to it, Paul.
I'm a good listener. Mind if I fix myself a drink?
No, of course not. Forgive me for not offering you one.
You want one?
Yeah, a small one. I had enough at lunch and this afternoon to shrivel my liver to the size of a raisin.
Mm-hmm. And what was your excuse?
Well, I didn't get that consultant's job.
Here you are.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, that's hardly the end of the world, Phil.
No, it isn't. Imagine being interviewed or approved of by a 26-year-old girl with stringy hair and no brassiere. Gee, I felt like a captive of the youth army.
So it wasn't the lunch and the unpleasant interview that put you into a stew?
Oh, no, it wasn't unpleasant, just stupid.
So your annoyance drove you from lunch. Where? Biltmore Bar? Your club?
Yeah, the club. I sat at the bar, and the bartender listened.
Poor man. Here's to all bartenders, the unlicensed psychiatrists or priests to an unending line of confessors. All right, my friend. Stop beating around the bush. Do you have that stolen money?
Yes.
We thought so.
I found it. Sunday morning in the garbage bin. I was going to use my shredder, so I went to the garbage bin and... Well, there it was.
And you decided to keep it?
$80,000. Paul, you don't know what that could mean to me and Laura.
Sure I do. Fear, guilt, self-destruction. Look what's happened to you, Paul, in just 24 hours. You're a bundle of nerves. You lost the possibility of a good job, and you've been knocked on your can by a hoodlum who probably wouldn't hesitate to shoot you down like a mad dog.
Oh, they mean business, Paul.
I don't doubt it. Where is the money?
Well, it's in a box, wrapped in a plastic bag, behind that basement window that opens out onto the porch.
Get it for me.
What?
Bring me the box of money.
You?
Me. I want it, and I want it now. I'll get my car and turn the money into the police.
Oh, but Paul, what'll they think? You see, I've held out on them. Laura will be disgraced. I can't face my friends after they hear that I held the money for 2 days.
I'm your friend, and you faced me. The others don't need to know. I found the money in my garage.
Oh, I don't know, Paul. These are tough guys. They may try something on you.
You mean mug me?
Or worse. They said they'd be back for the money at midnight. If it wasn't outside by the garbage bin, they'd get Laura.
Dirty thugs.
Oh, look, maybe I should do what they asked.
And let Berman like that get away with an $80,000 theft. Never. That money belongs in the hands of the police and then the bank. You get the box. I'll get my car. And don't dawdle.
It's Paul. He's not coming to the door. Where's he going?
The driveway. What in the world is it?
He's backing out. What's going on? He's parking in front of the house and walking to the door.
Laura, you don't suppose...
I don't know what's going on. If Phil has the money, maybe he'll give it to Paul and... Don't look. Phil's handing Paul some kind of package. That must be it. And Paul's returning to his car.
Laura, 2 men have come out from behind your hedge. Look. They're sneaking up on Paul. One of them has a gun.
Oh, no.
Paul! No! They're going to shoot Paul!
Get the package, Studs. Okay. Keys are in his hand. Come on. I'm in. Get going, Nick. That dame's going to wake the whole town.
Phil! Phil! Where are you?
I'm on the back porch. What's all the excitement?
2 men. One of them shot Paul.
What?
Paul's been shot. He's lying in the street.
Oh, Paul.
Phil, wake up. Can't you get it through your head? A man shot Paul. They stole his car and got away. Do something. Call the police.
Oh. Shot. He was here. We had a good talk. Paul's my friend. My best friend. He's a good doctor, too. Nobody shoots a good doctor. Nobody shoots a doctor. Paul. Shot.
Darling, you look so odd. Your eyes, they're blank like those of a statue. Don't. He's lost his mind. Phil, sit down.
What?
Phil, what was in the package? know what was in it. But I don't want to know. It may have left one man dead, and my husband worse off than dead.
I'll be back in a moment with a final thought. The phrase, the root of all evil, has echoed down the corridor of time because this man covets what another man has. Civilization has never been able entirely to constrain greed. Philip Chambers almost cost his best friend his life. Almost. Dr. Sheldon had been shot in the back, but he survived. Philip, however, became an instant vegetable, and weeds overgrew his mind, choking out any hope of a return to normal life. When so well-educated a man as Philip Chambers can succumb to greed, beware. Our cast included Norman Rose, Ann Shepard, Elliot Reed, Marion Seldes, and George Petrie. Associate Director, Marlon Swing. This is Hyman Brown, producer-director, inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, then, pleasant dreams.
This is Dick McDaniel inviting you to stay tuned for the CBS Mystery Theater and the Mutual Radio Theater and our next news at 12 midnight.
The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. One of the compensations, I'm told, of advanced age is becoming an eccentric. When one is young and on into middle age, eccentricities are regarded with suspicion. We are expected to conform, to be more or less like, or at least similar to others. But in old age, our eccentricities, our oddities and peculiarities are somehow transformed into traits that appear rather dear and delightful, and we can even be loved for them. It's something to look forward to. Not much, but something.
What are you doing there, my girl?
Why, reading the scriptures, sir.
Are you indeed? Let's have a look.
Oh, please, sir.
Ah, I thought as much. A mirror. A mirror concealed between the pages. Out. Out with you. Out of this house, you package.
Our mystery drama, House Without Mirrors, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Elspeth Eric and stars Paul Hecht and Norman Rose. I'll be back shortly with Act One. We have said before that eccentricity is tolerated, often affectionately, in the elderly. However, the story we bring you now does not concern an elderly person. It's about a man who at the start of our drama is about 35 years of age. But his eccentricity dates back to an earlier time, and it was not tolerated or regarded with affection.
If I could have afforded a house along the riverbank, I should most certainly have lived in one. But as things stood at this particular time, I had to content myself with daily walks along the riverside for a breath of fresh air and an amount of healthy exercise. So it was that I came to notice and be interested in the man who emerged each morning from one of the houses that so happily overlooked that placidly flowing river. Sir, I beg your pardon.
How's that?
I don't mean to intrude, but...
Is there something I can do for you?
Yes, actually there is.
Well, that's your service, sir.
I walk along the river each morning at the same time, and each morning I see you come out of your house.
It is not my house.
No. Oh, I thought, well, I assumed that...
I am merely a servant in that house.
Oh, I didn't know.
The house belongs to a gentleman named Mr. Oswald Strange.
But I never see Mr. Strange. Of course, he may leave his house at other hours when I am not here to witness his departure.
Mr. Strange never leaves the house.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is he an invalid?
Not precisely.
Not precisely.
Let us say he is incapacitated.
Yes, I understand. Well, anyway, it was yourself who first interested me and has continued to pique my curiosity.
Oh, in what way, may I ask?
Well, each morning you come out of the house after a great jingling of bolts and door chains, which I cannot help but hear on those occasions when I happen to be directly in front of the house. You appear, you step forward and stand upon the doorstep. Forgive me if you feel I intrude upon your privacy.
I do not regard it as an intrusion. There's nothing to forgive. Pray, continue.
Thank you. I shall. Well, standing on the doorstep, I see you look around and sniff the air. And then you come forward. You cross the road, look down into the river. You do it, may I say, with the air of a man accomplishing a self-imposed task from which nothing is supposed to come.
Not entirely true. But go on.
Thank you. Then, having done this, you cross the road again. Turning on the threshold to take a final inhalation of air, you disappear once again into the house, bolting and chaining the door as if there were no possibility of its being reopened for at least a week. And yet, the very next day, you appear again, unbolt, unchain the door, sniff the air, cross the road, look into the river, and the identical performance repeated day after day after day. You cannot censure me for being curious.
Curious as to what?
As to why you do this each day.
I do it to check on my appearance. That's why I do it.
To check on your appearance. Is that what you said?
That is what I said, to check on my appearance. After all, as valet and companion to a gentleman such as Mr. Oswald Strange, I cannot permit myself to appear unkempt and slovenly.
No, but surely it can't be necessary to look at your reflection in the river. Surely there's a looking glass you could employ for the purpose?
There isn't a looking glass in all that house, sir.
No looking glass? Is that what you said?
It's some peculiar fancy of my master's. There isn't one in any single room in the house. Not one.
How very odd. Why should there be no looking glass in any of the rooms?
Sir, there is the mystery. It's just a fancy on the part of my master. His ways are queer ones. And this fancy about the mirror is one of them. In hiring a new servant, the very first stipulation he makes, has always made, is that about the looking glass. It has been one of my duties to explain the thing as far as it could be explained before any servant could be taken into the house.
But how could you know that there would never be one?
There's the rub, sir. I could never be absolutely positive, especially with the woman servants. What lies they would tell. They would protest that they didn't want to look into a mirror And all the while the wench would have her looking-glass of some kind or another hid away among her clothes upstairs. Sooner or later she would bring it out and leave it about somewhere rather, where like as not the master might see it. I well remember one of them. An ugly one she was, marked with the smallpox, something terrible, and forever reading her prayer book at odd times. One day, I came into the kitchen, and there she was, at the table. Arabella?
Yes, Mr. Macy?
This is the day for polishing the silver, is it not?
Yes, Mr. Macy, I believe it is.
Then what are you doing here in the kitchen?
Doing a bit of studying.
Huh? And what are you studying, Arabella?
Why, the scriptures, of course.
And which part of the holy book commands your attention at this hour of the morning when you should be caring for the silverware?
Why, Ecclesiastes, Mr. Macy.
Oh, a great book. Full of the most meritorious advice. Don't you think so, my girl?
Oh, yes, sir. Most instructive.
Certainly you won't object if I read a verse or two over your shoulder, eh?
Mr. Macy,
Aha! I thought as much. A mirror.
Oh, Mr. Macy,
A mirror concealed between the pages.
I needed to check the part in my hair.
Did you indeed, my girl? Did you think a neat part in your hair would improve your appearance?
Oh, Mr. Macy, please, sir. You wouldn't give me the sack, would you, sir? You wouldn't do that.
You fully understood the terms of employment when you took on the position.
Oh, yes, sir, but...
No mirrors of any kind, shape, or form.
Oh, yes, sir, but...
No buts. Go upstairs and pack. Be out of the house within the hour. I watched the poor girl leave, carrying her poor belongings in a battered portmanteau. It was all I could do to keep the tears from my eyes.
Yes, I can well imagine.
Of course, I had to tell Mr. Strange the reason for the girl's leaving. He'd taken a real liking to her. She was most efficient in her work. So I had to tell him her transgression.
And how did he react to that?
A look of infinite sadness came over his face. He sat for some length of time with his head in his hands, his shoulders bowed. I waited motionless until he could bring himself to speak. At last, he raised his head, rose, walked over to me. Why must I punish others for the sin which is mine own, he said. That is what he said, sir. Then he walked out of the room.
Sin? What sin did he refer to?
That I cannot tell you, for he has never chosen to tell me.
I have a wild desire to fathom the mystery of this man who cannot abide the presence of a mirror. Is there no way you can persuade him to confide in you?
Gentlemen such as Mr. Oswald Strange do not confide in their servants.
But there must be someone, somewhere, who knows, who at least can furnish a clue.
There is one. You might go to see Dr. Garden.
And who is Dr. Garden?
My master's very old friend. He's the only person who might know my master's secret.
And where do I find this Dr. Garden?
In that house right there. Next door to that of Mr. Strange.
Yes, but how do I approach him? What is the tactful way to go about it?
Well, if you like, sir, I will tell him that you propose to call upon him. Dr. Garden trusts me completely. You see, I was once in the service of Dr. Garden. And when Mr. Oswald Strange appeared on the verge of insanity, or even death, he requested me to move in with Mr. Strange and attempt to look after him. And that is what I have been doing ever since.
That's amazing.
Well, then shall I inform Dr. Garden that you will call at his house this afternoon? Say, at 4 o'clock.
I shall be there. I shall most certainly be there. I'm very grateful to you, Dr. Garden, for permitting me to intrude upon you this way.
Oh, not at all. John Macy told me of your interest in the case of my poor friend.
How is his health, Doctor, as of now?
I'm afraid there is no amendment or any prospect of amendment.
I'm extremely sorry to hear that.
Old Macy has told you, I take it, some details of his peculiar condition, has he not?
He has told me something, and he says you may know all about it.
All about it? No, I'm afraid I don't know all. Perhaps I shall never know. Certainly not unless one day he elects to tell me. I only know what happens when he comes into the presence of a looking glass. But as to the circumstances which have led to his being haunted in the strangest fashion that I have ever heard of, I know no more of them than you do.
Haunted? You believe him to be haunted?
What else am I to call it? Haunted by the past or some memory of the past? If we could but locate that memory and bring it out into the light, well, perhaps we shall one day, if he lives to tell us.
Suppose you tell me how you came to know Oswald Strange, Dr. Garden. It's as well to begin at the beginning.
Yes. Our quixotic acquaintance started on board an Italian steamer bound from Civitavecchia to Marseille.
If it is true that our ghosts are but memories of the past, then all of us are, in very truth, haunted, and will be to the end of our days. Still, it is comforting to think that not all our memories are hideous or malevolent or wretched. Certainly, some are tender and loving and merry. So, all our ghosts are not hideous or malevolent or wretched. Quite a few are loving and merry and tender. I'll be back with Act 2 shortly. A man accustomed to walk daily along a certain riverbank has become intrigued by another who emerges each day from a certain house at a certain hour to gaze into the flowing river. Upon being asked the reason, the man replies that it is to check upon his appearance, since the master of the house, whose servant he is, cannot abide mirrors. Wishing to pursue the origin of this idiosyncrasy, the questioner has been advised to call at the house next door where lives a Dr. Garden, physician to the man who abhors mirrors.
It is appropriate that I interpolate here the fact that I aspired to become a writer, a weaver of tales, perhaps one day to earn my living by such endeavors. Anything which stirred my imagination was grist to my mill, and the tantalizing bits which I had gleaned from John Macy about the man who permitted no mirrors in his house excited me enormously. So it was that I found myself in Dr. Garden's study, sitting literally on the edge of my chair, waiting for the good doctor to get on with the story of Oswald Strange.
Forgive my poor manners. I neglected to ask you if you'd care for some tea.
Oh, thank you, no.
There's no trouble. I can ring for some.
No, I'm so eager to learn what I can about your friendship with Oswald Strange that, truthfully, tea would be a distraction.
Our friendship had a most inauspicious beginning, I assure you. The first morning on board the Italian steamer, after a rather uncomfortable night, I was shaving in my cabin. The door was open to improve the quality of the air. Well, sir, suddenly this stranger comes up behind me, glances for a moment into the small mirror before which I was standing, and without a word tore it from the nail and dashed it to pieces at my feet.
Good Lord.
At first his face was livid with passion, a passion of fear, it seemed to me, rather than anger. But it changed after a moment, and he seemed rather ashamed of what he had done. I myself was in a frightful rage.
Yes, no wonder.
I gave it to him in a style of language which I now regret, but which I hope was excusable at the time. clumsy, lumbering ox. Do you know you've made me cut myself? What the devil do you think you're about?
I didn't mean to.
You didn't mean. You walk in here like a madman, come up behind me without a word, look without permission over my shoulder, and seize the mirror I'm using and smash it to bits. And you say you didn't mean to?
It's true.
It was as deliberate an act as I have ever witnessed. Don't tell me you didn't mean it.
But I didn't.
Impudent fool.
Please, sir, let me speak.
You pertinent idiot.
Sir, I tender you my most abject apologies. Believe me, I'm deeply sorry for what I did.
You've every right to be sorry.
It was pure accident, sir. Believe me.
Accident? You think I'll swallow that feeble explanation?
Well, perhaps not. Call it an uncontrollable impulse, if you will. A sort of seizure, which comes over me.
Now, look here, I'm a doctor. Garden is my name.
Dr. Garden. I'm Oswald Strange.
What you said interests me. Perhaps on our voyage to Marseille we can spend some time together.
Well, I should be delighted. And take it as some indication that you've pardoned my outburst.
Oh, yes, I have. Now I'll just finish shaving my face without, perforce, the benefit of a looking glass. I did not altogether lose sight of Mr. Strange on board, or even after we had completed our sea journey to Marseille. I found him a pleasant companion up to a certain point.
Up to a point, you were saying, Doctor?
Well, there was always a reserve about him. He was uncommunicative about his past life. Most especially, he would never allude to his travels or his residence in Italy, which, however, I thought I could discern was a long one. He spoke Italian well and seemed familiar with the country, but disliked to talk about it.
So you continued your travels with Oswald Strange, did you?
Well, more or less, off and on. We would meet and then separate and then meet again. There were times when I, with a pretty large experience, was almost afraid to be with him.
Really afraid?
Yes, really afraid. His attacks were sudden and violent, and there was one most extraordinary feature connected with them all. Some horrible association of ideas took possession of him when he found himself before a certain object.
May I hazard a guess, Doctor? Was that certain object a mirror?
Yes, quite so. After we traveled together for some time, I dreaded the sight of a mirror hanging harmlessly against a wall or standing on a dressing table.
It begins to sound as though you feared such a sight almost as much as he did.
Yes, you are right. I did. But one night, the worst things always happen at night, don't you think?
Oh, yes, it often seems so, at any rate.
Well, Strange and I arrived at a small town in the central district of Auvergne, a place but little known out of the line of railways. The weather had been rather against us. The day had been dull and murky, the heat stifling, and the sky had threatened mischief since morning. At sundown, these threats were fulfilled. The thunderstorm, which had been all day coming up, burst over the place where we were lodged. I have never been persuaded that sudden changes of weather, which have so much effect upon animals and even on inanimate objects, can fail to have some influence on a piece of machinery so sensitive and intricate as the human frame. Do you not agree with me?
I do indeed.
I firmly believe that it was at least in part due to the disturbed state of the atmosphere that on this particular evening I felt nervous and depressed. And when my new friend, Strange, and I parted for the night, I felt as little disposed to go to rest as ever I did in my life. The thunder was still lingering among the mountains, seeming sometimes nearer, sometimes further off, but it never ceased altogether. Oh, I was quite unable to shake off a succession of painful ideas. His image was almost continually before me. You can understand how, with all that had gone before, it would be.
Yes, I think I can.
Well, there was a door between our rooms, and the partition dividing them was not very thick. Yet, I heard no sound since I parted from him that he was there at all, much less that he was awake and stirring. I was in a mood, sir, a mood which made this silence terrible to me. I had foolish fancies that, he was lying there dead, or in a fit, or whatnot. And what with the thunder and all my fancies took possession of me. could bear it no longer. I went to his door. After listening very intently, but quite in vain for any sound, I knocked pretty sharply. There was no answer. The suspense was becoming unendurable. Without further ceremony, I turned the handle of the door and went in. It was a great, bare room, so imperfectly lighted by a single candle that except when the lightning flashed, it was impossible to see into its great, dark corners. But from the moment I entered that room, sir, the action of my senses and the faculties of my mind were held fast by the ghastly figure which sat motionless before a looking glass.
Oswald Strange? A looking glass?
Aye, sir. Oswald Strange sitting before a mirror. I cannot impress upon you how terrible it was. The weak light of the lone candle shone upon his face, lighting it from below. He was leaning forward, his hands upon the table where stood the mirror. He gazed into the glass with a terrible fixity. The sweat was on his face. His rigid features and his pale lips were horrible in that feeble light. He was completely stupefied and lost. Oswald Strange, it is I, Dr. Garden. Don't you know me? Come away from the table. Come, my friend, come sit in the chair by the bed. Now, don't be frightened. I am here to take care of you. You know that, don't you? No, of course you do. Now sit down. There. No, you are overtired and you feel the weather. Don't you think you ought to be in bed? Now, suppose you lie down and let me try my skill in mixing you a composing draught. How will that be,
I'm better now.
Yes. Well, that's fine. Now, let me go to my room and fetch some medicines. I'll be right back.
No, don't go. In heaven's name, don't go. Don't leave me.
Well, all right. If you wish me to stay.
I do.
Then I shall. Now, tell me what I can do for you.
Fetch the mirror.
The mirror, you said?
That mirror. There, on the table.
Very well, if you insist.
I do insist.
All right. Now, I have it. Now, what shall I do with it?
Hold it up to my face.
You sure this is what you want?
Directly in front of my face.
Very well.
Now, look into it. Over my shoulder, look into the mirror.
All right.
What do you see? Tell me what you see.
See? Why, I see a very pale face with sunken cheeks.
What?
Sunken cheeks and two hollow eyes with large pupils.
You mean that you see it too?
See what?
That face. Which is not mine.
Oh, no.
The face I see always instead of my own.
My dear man, no. I see you. Only you. It was your face I described as I saw it, none other.
Look again. Look in the glass again. Tell me what you see. Whose face is there?
Why, yours, of course. Now tell me, whose face do you see?
His. Only his. Always his. Always his. His. Always his.
And with that, he passed out.
Poor man.
Yes, you may well say so. But I knew what to do now. Here was something I could understand. I had with me my usual small stock of medicines, and I did what was necessary. He was very ill, at death's door for some days, and I could not leave him, though there was urgent need for me to be back in London. Now, when he began to mend, I sent to England for my servant, John Macy.
Ah, yes, whom I met.
I knew I could trust Macy to the utmost.
Acquainting him with the outlines of the case, I left him in charge of my patient, with orders that he be brought to this country as soon as he was fit to travel.
Which clearly he did.
Yes, and with some success. Strange was able to lease the house next to mine.
Absolutely incredible.
It is nearly a year now since my poor friend took up residence next door to me. For some months now, he's been daily getting weaker and weaker. John Macy has been his constant companion. Oh, were it not for John, well, heaven knows.
And in all this time, neither you nor Macy has been able to ascertain what face Oswald Strange sees when he looks into a mirror.
Never.
Well, has neither of you asked him, pressed him for an explanation?
I see you know very little of the nature of hallucination.
Little or nothing, I must admit.
To the one who hallucinates, the hallucination is quite real. Nothing in this world and no one can persuade him that what he sees, or hears in some cases, is illusory. What he sees, really sees.
And what's to be done for the poor man?
Very little, I'm afraid, except to wait, to watch him, to make him as comfortable as possible, keep him from getting too excited, ensure him what peace of mind we can, and hope against hope that the hallucination will disappear.
Yes, but will it, do you think?
I do not know. I cannot tell. It is beyond me.
Dr. Gordon! Doctor!
That sounds like Macy. Come in, Macy.
Dr. Gordon, you had best come to Mr. Strange. He needs you badly, sir.
Is he worse?
I think, sir, that he is dying.
We all live with delusions. Why, there's hardly a woman alive who does not believe in her secret heart her appearance has changed only a little since she was 20 or 30. Many men share the identical delusion. But when delusion develops or degenerates into hallucination, then madness may threaten, perhaps even death. I'll be back shortly with our final act. Dr. Garden has been relating to his visitor the story of his erratic friendship with Oswald Strange, the man who cannot endure mirrors. As the curtain fell on our second act, John Macy, entrusted by the doctor with the day-to-day care of his peculiar patient, has suddenly appeared and urged the doctor to come immediately to the bedside of Oswald Strange, who, says Macy, may be dying.
The face of John Macy was ashen pale. A tremor seemed to pass through his frail body. His hands trembled and his voice shook. At this shocking announcement, Dr. Garden sprang to his feet. He, too, was clearly perturbed in the extreme.
What's that? What did you say about Mr. Strange?
I think, Doctor, he may be dying. You'd best come at once.
Of course, immediately.
Dr. Garden.
Oh, yes. What am I to do with you?
Would it be possible for me to come with you?
Why, yes, I suppose that would be all right. Come.
Thank you, sir. I've never seen Oswald Strange in the flesh.
He's not a pretty sight at the moment.
Yes, we'll cut across the lawn. It'll be quicker.
Of course, he may be only sleeping, Dr. Garden, but I fear there may be no awakening.
Where is he lying?
On the chaise, in the small room on the first floor. I left the door unlocked. Permit me. Straight ahead, Doctor. You know the room.
Yes, I know it well.
If he still sleeps, we'd best keep our voices down.
Yes, quite right. Speak softly.
There he is, Dr. Garden.
Yes. Oh. Well, he's not dead, Macy.
Oh, thank heaven for that.
He's opening his eyes.
Oswald, it is Dr. Garden. I'm here with you, and so is John Macy.
And who is that other?
Do you wish him to leave? He knows something of your sufferings and is interested. But he will go away if that's what you want.
Let him stay.
Very well. Is there anything you want? Anything we can get you?
Yes. I want a mirror.
A mirror? Are you quite sure you want a mirror?
I'm sure.
Or do you think it wise? You're in a weakened state.
I'm dying. Will you not grant me my final request?
Macy, fetch a mirror for Mr. Strange.
Yes, but there's no mirror in the house, sir.
Well, then fetch one from my house.
Yes, sir.
Now, Macy has gone to get you a mirror.
Ah, good. Prop me up, will you? I speak with difficulty, and I have something to say.
We are listening.
I loved my wife dearly. Her name was Lucy. She was English. But after we were married, we lived a long time in Italy. She liked the country, and I liked whatever she liked. She liked to sketch, too. Had ambitions to be a painter one day. So I got her a teacher. He was an Italian. I shall not give his name. We called him the Master. Yes, the Master. Little did I know.
Oh, now you're growing short of breath, perhaps.
Do not interrupt, please. I must finish.
Very well.
My wife, my Lucy, had a maid. Had it not been for her, I might never have found out what I did find out.
And what was that?
I'll tell you. Then I can rest. One day, I sent for this maid of my wife's.
You wish to speak to me, Mr. Strange?
Oh, yes. Is the master in the house at the moment, do you know?
Oh, yes, sir. He's in his room.
Would you ask him to come down here for a short while? Tell him I'd like to discuss my wife's progress.
Oh, he's sure to know all about that.
Huh? How's that? What did you say?
Nothing, sir. I'm not sure he would wish to be disturbed at the moment, sir.
And why not?
He's writing a letter.
Is there any reason why he cannot break off writing a letter to speak with his employer? Is it a letter of such vast importance?
It's a letter to your wife, Mr. Strange.
A letter to my wife? But he sees my wife each day. Why would he be writing her a letter?
It's a love letter, sir.
A love letter? Is that what you said?
That is what I said.
You're a vile, insidious woman.
No, sir.
A scandalmonger, a troublemaker.
What I know, Mr. Strange. And I know more than I have told.
You have told enough. Get out of this room. And out of my employ.
I know what I know.
How can you possibly know the things you claim to know?
Because, Mr. Strange, I was once a victim of the master's wiles in another house than this, under similar circumstances. He seduced my mistress. Then he seduced me. A treacherous, insidious man he is, Mr. Strange. Under cover of his artistic profession, he takes advantage of every opportunity to conquer and degrade whatever woman comes under his spell. And his spell is very powerful. Take my word for it.
Is it possible that you yourself are still under his powerful spell? That it is the fury of a frustrated girl that prompts you to slander my wife?
It's true. I did love him once.
I can't believe it. My Lucy.
Go upstairs now, Mr. Strange, to the master's room. There you will find the villain writing to your wife.
Her frenzy took possession of me as I listened to those words. I am naturally vindictive, you must know that. You must remember that. And now my longing for revenge was like a thirst. A thirst.
You should rest, Oswald.
No. I must go on to the end.
If you must.
When the woman repeated those words, "He is writing to your wife," I laid hold of my pistols as by an instinct. I managed to get to his room unobserved. When I entered, I saw him immediately. He sat at the only table in the room, writing at a traveling desk by the light of a single candle. It was a rude table at which he sat, and before him, exactly before him, there was a looking glass.
A looking glass.
I stole up behind him as he sat and wrote by the light of the candle. I looked over his shoulder at the letter, and I read, "Oh, Heavenly Father," I read, "Dearest Lucy, my love, my darling." I pulled the trigger of the pistol I held in my right hand, and I killed him.
My poor friend.
But before he died, he looked up once, just once. Not at me, oh no. Not at me directly, but at my image before him in the mirror.
Oh, my friend.
His face, such a face, full of horror and shock. His face has appeared in every mirror ever since that moment. And mine, my face, is gone.
Strange. Oswald.
He's
No, he's not dead. Simply exhausted.
He's so still.
Hand me my bag. I'll give him a stimulant.
Yes, Doctor, here it is.
Hey, Dr. Gordon, I brought the mirror.
Hey, here, I'll take it.
No, we'll just wait and be quiet till the stimulant takes effect.
Yes, sir. Lucy. Lucy.
He's coming round.
Amore. Amore. La mia esposa. Amore. Lucy. Lucy.
His wife.
I will. Provision for Lucy. In my will.
Look, Doctor. He's opening his eyes.
Huh? That man. That man. What does he hold in his hand?
It's the mirror you requested, Mr. Strange.
I want it. Hold it in front of my face.
Is this wise, Oswald? Is it good, do you think, to revive this misery of your lifetime when it's so near its close? Have you not punished yourself enough without this?
You must let me have my way in this. For if now, when I look, I see aright once more, I shall take it as a sign.
Hold the mirror before his face, then.
As I held the mirror up to the dying man, as he looked intently into it, the three of us who stood by his bedside saw a look of purest rapture spread over his face, and his frail body relaxed. It left no doubt that the face which had haunted him for so long had, in his last hour, disappeared. And the face he saw in the mirror was his own.
And that is the story of an hallucination. That an hallucination is self-induced makes no difference whatsoever. As is the case with all psychosomatic ailments, the pain is very real to the sufferer. For the sufferer, it truly exists. To the sufferer, as in the case of Oswald Strange, it can bring death. I'll be back shortly.
Do you know why a joint savings account with your spouse, life insurance in each other's names, even joint ownership of your home could someday cause your family to pay thousands of dollars in extra taxes? For authoritative information and answers to vital questions concerning your family's financial security, you should read an important book from Dow Jones & Company called How to Save Taxes Through Estate Planning. In easy-to-understand, everyday language, it explains how to make sure your hard-earned assets are protected from unnecessary and crippling taxes. Vital information that every family should know. You can order this valuable book now and have it charged to your Visa, MasterCharge, or American Express card by calling toll-free 800-228-5000. How to Save Taxes Through Estate Planning is only $8.95 plus $1 postage and handling. And if you call now, you'll also get free a 24-page companion financial planning workbook. So call now, 800-228-5000. Toll-free, 800-228-5000.
Our drama, House Without Mirrors, was adapted from a short story written by Charles Collins in the year 1866 and originally titled The Compensation House. We've altered a few words, even as we have altered the title, but the plot and essence remain the same as they were more than a century ago. Our cast included Paul Hecht, Norman Rose, Robert Dryden, and Bryna Rayburn. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now, a preview of our next tale.
Mademoiselle, I am most happy to make your acquaintance.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
I am aware of your father. He lived here for several years and, if I recall, married a lovely English woman, yes?
That's right. My mother died a few years ago.
And the professor?
In good health. He's the head of the anthropology department in Ithaca.
Splendid. And the missing girl, Antoinette Duchamp?
Well, she lives with us. She came here on a holiday.
Any clues, Lieutenant?
I have one, but do not excite yourself. We have made a thorough check of all automobile accidents between here and La Chapelle. There is one that may provide the clue we seek.
She was in an accident?
The car was in an accident. Heavy rain, a rock slide.
What about my cousin?
And there was no trace of her.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams. The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. I remember when I was in high school, I studied a poem which struck terror to my heart. I still recall the opening lines, which went, I fled him down the nights and down the days. I fled him down the arches of the years. I fled him down the labyrinthine ways of my own mind. Some of you will recognize the author as Francis Thompson, and the poem as The Hound of Heaven. And it's still terrifying. But think how much more fearful it would be if the hound you were fleeing from was a hound of hell.
Good Lord! What's that?
I don't know, Sir Henry. Some sound they have on the moor, I think.
Don't coddle me, Watson. When the people of the moor hear that cry, what do they say it is?
They say it's the cry of the hound of the Baskervilles, seeking its prey.
Our mystery drama, The Hound of the Baskervilles, was especially adapted from the Sherlock Holmes classic, for the Mystery Theater by Murray Burnett and stars Kevin McCarthy. It is sponsored in part by General Electric Citizen Band Radios and Buick Motor Division. I'll be back shortly with Act One. The mantle of immortality is elusive and unpredictable. Two fictional characters, created at the turn of the century by Arthur Conan Doyle, have become undying legends. So strong is the public belief in their existence that the City of London recently granted the owner of the premises at 221B Baker Street the right to change the number of that address permanently in order to avoid the hordes of tourists flocking to see the actual living quarters of Sherlock Holmes and his colleague, Dr. Watson. Our story today starts in those very rooms in the year 1902.
My training as a medical man made me an early riser. Sherlock Holmes wasn't. On this morning, my friend was at the breakfast table while I was intently examining a cane that had been left behind by a visitor who had missed us last night.
Well, Watson, what do you make of it? You've been looking at the cane for some time. Since we've been so unfortunate as to miss the owner and have no notion of his errand, this accidental souvenir carries some importance. Let me hear you construct the man by an examination of it.
Well, very well, Holmes. Really, it's child's play to read that the man's name is James Mortimer, that he's a physician. But I would go further and say he's an elderly country practitioner who does a great deal of his visiting on foot because the end of this stick is very heavily worn down.
Excellent, Watson.
Now, the stick was given to him by the Friends of the CCH, which I take to be the Something Hunt, a local group to whom he's possibly given some assistance. Now, has anything escaped me?
Now, here, let me have a look at it, Watson.
Well, I trust there's nothing of importance I've overlooked.
No, Watson. This man is certainly a country practitioner who walks a great deal.
Then I was right.
To that extent. But since we know that the man is a doctor, is it likely that presentation to him would come from a hospital rather than a hunt? And when we see the initials CCH, does not Charing Cross Hospital leap to the mind? Can we not also infer that such a presentation would be made at the time he left? Perhaps to practice in the country. And since the date is on the stick, and it's only 5 years ago, it's highly unlikely that an elderly, well-established physician would go into country practice. So, we now have a young fellow, amiable, unambitious, and possessor of a favorite dog, which I should say is larger than a terrier and smaller than a mastiff.
Come, Holmes. Well, the dog is too much.
Not at all. If you'll observe these tooth marks in the middle of the stick, where the dog has been accustomed to carry it. The dog's jaw is too broad for a terrier and not quite broad enough for a mastiff. It may well be... It is. A curly-haired spaniel.
My dear Holmes, how can you possibly be so sure of
For
that?
the very simple reason that I see the dog itself on our doorstep. And there is the ring of its owner, and we shall soon discover why he has come to see us.
The appearance of our visitor was a surprise to me because although Holmes had correctly deduced his age, his back was already bowed, and he walked with a forward thrust of his head. As he entered, his eyes fell upon the stick in Holmes's hand, and he ran to it with an exclamation of joy.
Ah, I'm so very glad. I wouldn't want to lose that stick for the world.
Presentation, I see.
Yes, indeed.
From Charing Cross Hospital?
From some friends there on the occasion of my marriage.
Ah, dear, that's bad.
I beg your pardon. Why was that bad?
Well, only that you've disarranged our little deductions. We had surmised that you left the hospital.
Oh, and so I did. Immediately upon my marriage.
Ah.
It was necessary to make a home for my wife.
Well, we weren't so far wrong after all. And now, Dr. Mortimer, I think it wise if you'll tell me what the exact nature of the problem is in which you ask my assistance.
And then, to my astonishment, the physician took a worn and ancient manuscript from his pocket and read to us a most horrifying tale concerning the Manor of Baskerville, located in Devonshire, and the origin of a curse on the Baskerville line. The manuscript told of the abduction of a young girl on Michaelmas Eve and locking her up in Baskerville Hall. The girl, being both courageous and ingenious, dared to escape from an upper floor by clambering down the ivy and then setting off across the moors towards her home.
Upon discovering that the maiden had indeed escaped, Hugo Baskerville became as one possessed, and he cried aloud before his companions that very night he would render his body and soul to the powers of evil if he might overtake the girl with the hounds he would set upon her.
Excuse the interruption, Doctor, but you're certain of the authenticity of this document?
Oh, absolutely, Mr. Holmes. It's in the form of a letter from the third Hugo Baskerville to his sons, explaining why they should fear going out on the moors at night.
I see. I presume that manuscript gives a reason.
No, it most certainly does. The hound of the Baskervilles. If you let me continue. Hugo's companions, riding after him across the moors, came upon a night shepherd, a man so crazed with fear that he could scarce speak. He told the riders that he'd not only seen the maid running for her very life, but also Sir Hugo on his black mare and running mute behind him, such a hound of hell as God forbid should ever be at my heels. When I come to the close, Mr. Holmes, it says here that 3 riders came upon the body of the maid, dead from fatigue and fear, and also the body of Sir Hugo Baskerville, with a great black beast, larger than any mortal hound, ravening at Sir Hugo's throat with its jaw dripping blood. Well, such is the tale, my sons, of the coming of the hound, which is said to have plagued the Baskerville family so sorely ever since. Well, Mr. Holmes, would you find it interesting?
Only to a collector of fairy tales.
Well, then how would you classify this newspaper account in the Devon County Chronicle of 3 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago. Regrettable death of Charles Baskerville. Body found at Famedew Alley of Baskerville Hall. Pronounced dead by his friend and physician, James Mortimer. That's you. Coroner's verdict, cardiac exhaustion. Despite some strange aspects of the death... Well, now, Dr. Mortimer, everything seems straightforward, but evidently you entertain some doubts in the matter. Something you didn't state to the press or at the inquest?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. When I first saw the body, Sir Charles lay upon his face, his arms out, fingers dug deep into the ground, and his features convulsed into such a grimace of terror that I, his best friend and physician, hardly recognized him.
Dear me. No physical injuries?
None. But although Harrison, the caretaker who found the body, said he saw no traces at all upon the ground, I did, Mr. Holmes, I did.
Footprints?
Footprints?
A man's or a woman's?
Neither. They were the tracks of a gigantic hound.
And your reason for withholding this information at the inquest?
Because the people of the countryside do not share your opinion about the curse hanging over the Baskerville family. Sir Charles himself believed in it, and I certainly had no wish to add fuel to the flames. Besides...
Yes?
Well, there's a realm in which the most acute and most experienced of detectives is helpless.
You mean the supernatural? Well, I confine my investigations to this world, and I cannot understand why you are now consulting me.
But I came to ask your advice about what I should do with the heir, the new Sir Henry Baskerville, who arrives in Waterloo Station in exactly 1 hour.
Meet him, take him to a good hotel, and both of you come back here tomorrow at noon.
Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson, this is Sir Henry Baskerville.
How do you do? I'm all at sea. I have been ever since I got the news of my uncle's death and my inheritance. I had no idea Uncle Charles was so well fixed.
Dr. Mortimer, as the executor of the estate, can you tell us, are there any other claimants?
No, sir. And then this morning, I find this note at my hotel, and one of my brand new boots is missing.
May I see the note?
Of course. Dime novel stuff, if you ask me.
As you value your life or reason, keep away from the moor. Oh, we must all agree there's nothing supernatural about this. Now, the missing boot?
A brand new pair. I bought them just yesterday. Left them outside my hotel door to be polished, and one of them's gone this morning. I can only tell you that there is no devil in hell and no man upon earth who can prevent me from going to the home of my own people.
And so it was arranged that on Saturday I was to accompany Sir Henry and take up residence with him at Baskerville Hall, because Holmes was insistent that someone be with Sir Henry at all times. When Holmes and I called to pick up Sir Henry at his hotel Saturday, we found the young baronet in a rage.
I won't be played for a sucker in this hotel.
You still haven't located your boot, Sir Henry?
But this is a different one. What? I got the other one back, and now I'm missing an old black one. I'm beginning to think this hotel is nothing but a den of thieves.
I think it's very odd and damnably dangerous.
Mr. Holmes, if you know something, you should inform us so that we may...
Dr. Mortimer, I know only that you were concerned about the safety of Sir Henry, and quite rightly so. I also know that someone knew that you were in this hotel and saw fit to warn you to keep away from Baskerville Hall and the moor. And we all know that there were extremely suspicious circumstances surrounding the death of Sir Charles Baskerville. I therefore suggest that anything out of the ordinary, such as the curious incidents with the boots, must be taken very seriously.
Surely you must be joking about the boots, Holmes. I fail to
My
see...
dear Watson, did you bring your revolver as I asked?
Of course.
Good. Carry it at all times.
Well, I confess, your instructions are making me nervous.
They should have precisely the opposite effect. Now, Dr. Mortimer, as executor of Sir Charles' will, you know the exact amount of the estate. Is it considerable?
Well, I should say that a sum in excess of £740,000 is indeed considerable.
Dear me. That is a stake for which a man might well play a desperate game. In the event something happens to Sir Henry, who stands to inherit?
I mean, a distant cousin named James Desmond. And if you have any suspicions in that direction, let me inform you, he's a clergyman in his 70s.
Thank you. Now, Watson, I want complete and daily reports from you. When the crisis arises, as it surely will, I will direct you how to act. Now, gentlemen, goodbye and Godspeed.
Ever since I was old enough to read, I have delighted in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes and his bumbling but lovable colleague, Dr. Watson. The game is afoot, and we'll be back shortly with Act 2. One of our most successful writers of modern detective stories once made a terrible pun, but a perceptive comment on Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's stories about Sherlock Holmes. It went this way: be they ever so humble, there's no police like Holmes. I agree wholeheartedly. And now we have the pleasure of rejoining Dr. Watson, Sir Henry Baskerville, and Dr. James Mortimer in the wagonette, carrying them and their luggage across the moors on the way to Baskerville Hall.
Hello, look at that, Sir Henry and Watson. I believe it's a mounted soldier with a rifle. Pull up, driver. Pull up.
Not to worry, sir. He's on the watch for a convict escaped from Princeton. The farmers here don't like him. He's a man that will stop at nothing. It's Selden, the Notting Hill murderer. I gave an involuntary shudder. It was a case Holmes had taken an interest in because of the ferocity of the man, Selden, who escaped the death penalty only because his atrocious conduct had led to doubts about his sanity. As I shivered, the wagon swept onto a long driveway where stood a huge building with mullioned windows. Standing in front of the large, heavy door was an angular woman with deep-set eyes, which blazed with fanatic fire.
Welcome to Baskerville Hall, Sir Henry. I'm Mrs. Harrison, the caretaker's wife. My husband will be here shortly. He joins with me in wishing you a long, happy life and in begging you to avoid the moor, particularly in those hours of darkness when the powers of evil are exalted.
The very next morning, I set out to explore the moor by daylight. As I walked along a gray and lonely road, wishing that Holmes were here to help me, my thoughts were interrupted by a man calling my name.
Dr. Watson! Dr. Watson!
Yes, sir?
I'm Stapleton. I just live down the moor at Merripit House. Most of the folks around here call me an eccentric because of my hobby. I'm a naturalist.
I can see that from your net and box. But how do you know me?
Oh, no mystery about that. You passed Dr. Mortimer's house a short way back. He pointed you out to me as you passed. As our road lay the same way, I thought I'd overtake you and introduce myself. How is Sir Henry? None the worse for his journey, I trust?
Well, he's very well, thank you.
Not afraid of living down here after the sad death of Sir Charles?
That is of some concern to you, sir.
Well, it means a great deal to the countryside to have a wealthy man such as Sir Henry with us. Well, I'm glad to hear he has no superstitious fears of the fiend dog, which is supposed to haunt the family.
I don't believe he has. How do you stand on the matter?
I'm a scientist. But it's extraordinary how credulous the farmers are. Any number of them are ready to swear they've seen such a creature on the moor.
And you haven't?
Of course not. Although I have no doubt the story led to Sir Charles's tragic end.
Indeed. Why do you think that?
Well, Sir Charles had a vivid imagination and a diseased heart. His nerves were so on edge that the appearance of any dog at all at night near the yew alley might well have triggered a fatal heart attack. Do you agree?
Well, I've come to no conclusions.
Quite so. Well, if you care to come along with me to Merripit House, I'll introduce you to my sister.
Well, that's very kind of you.
Tell me what you think of the moor.
Well, this morning's my first venture on it. But that large plain to the north looks like a fine place for a gallop on a horse.
That thought has already cost several lives, Dr. Watson.
What? That seems hard to believe.
You see those bright green spots scattered thickly over it?
Yes. Yes, they seem more fertile than the rest.
Well, you might say that. But in reality, that's the great Grimpen Mire. One false step for man or beast, and you die slowly and agonizingly in the quicksand. An awful place, Doctor. And yet, I find my way to the very heart of it safely.
Why would you want to go to such a place?
That's where the rarest plants and butterflies are. And I have the wit to reach them.
Good Lord, what was that?
The natives say it's the hound of the Baskervilles calling for its prey.
Well, you don't believe that, do you?
Perhaps it's the mud settling in the bog. Excuse me, but unless I'm mistaken, there's a purple hair streak. Very rare. I'll join you at Merripit House. You can't miss it.
Stapleton was off with amazing speed and agility. To my dismay, the creature fluttered straight for the great mire. But Stapleton never paused for a moment. I stood watching him and then turned to find a woman near me upon the path. Slim, elegant, with a sensitive mouth and dark, eager eyes.
Go back. Go straight back to London. Instantly. Instantly.
What? Why? I mean, why should I go back?
I cannot explain, but do what I ask. Go back and never set foot on this moor again.
But I have just only come.
Can't you tell when a warning is for your own good? Get away from this place immediately.
But, ma'am,
Brother's coming back. Don't say a word.
Hello, Beryl.
Well, Jack, you're very warm and out of breath, I see. Well, what was it this time?
Purple hair streak. Seldom found in the late autumn. Pity I missed him.
You've introduced yourselves, I see.
Yes, sir. I was telling Sir Henry that it was rather late for him to see the true beauties of the moor.
You think he's Sir Henry Baskerville?
Of course.
Oh, no, ma'am. I'm only a humble commoner. My name is Dr. Watson.
Oh, we've been talking at cross purposes.
Well, you've not had very much time for talk.
Well, I merely mean that I talked as if Dr. Watson were a resident instead of a visitor.
I chose this out-of-the-way spot to settle down in, Doctor, because it offers an unlimited field of work in the areas of botany and zoology. Dr. Mortimer is a learned man, and Sir Charles was also an admirable companion. We knew him well, missed him. Of course, we miss our boys, too, don't we, Beryl?
Most certainly.
Your boys?
Yes, I had a school in the North Country. However, serious epidemic broke out and 3 of the boys died. School never recovered from the blow.
Well, I feel I should be getting back to the hall.
Well, as you wish. Do you think we'd be intruding if Beryl and I were to call this afternoon and make the acquaintance of Sir Henry?
I'm sure Sir Henry would be delighted. I set off rapidly upon the same path by which we'd come. But there must have been some shortcut, because before I reached the road, I was astounded to see Miss Stapleton sitting upon a rock by the side of the track.
Oh, I've run all the way in order to cut you off, Dr. Watson, and to tell you to forget what I said. I must not stop, or my brother will miss me.
Now, hold on a moment, please. Sir Henry's welfare is a close concern of mine. Why were you so eager he should leave here?
Well, my brother and I were very much shocked by the death of Sir Charles. We all know the story of the hound, and I felt he should be warned.
But the hound's story is nonsense.
No, I happen to believe it. No, I must go back.
No, just one more question. Why did you not wish your brother to know about the warning?
My brother's most anxious to have the hall inhabited. He thinks it is for the good of the people here. He'd have been angry if he knew I'd urged Sir Henry to leave.
My dear Holmes, I am writing to report that I have solved one riddle, only unfortunately to come up with another. You may recall my mentioning to you that I believed I heard a woman sobbing during the first night I spent at Baskerville Hall. I mentioned this to Sir Henry, and we agreed that if I heard anything this night, I should wake him and we would investigate together. Along about 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard stealthy footsteps going past my door. I was out of bed in a flash and waited until they'd passed. I went to Sir Henry's room and tapped softly our prearranged signal.
Yes? You heard something, Watson?
Footsteps.
No sobbing?
No. The footsteps passed my door and went down the corridor. I see that it turns left. Where does it end?
At a window overlooking the moors.
And the steps went in that direction. Oh, softly now.
What? Why, it's Mrs. Harrison. What in the world is she doing?
She's holding a candle against the window and peering out. Her face is pressed almost against the glass.
And crying bitterly. Come on, Watson. We'll get to the bottom of this. All right, Mrs. Harrison. Tell us what you're doing up here.
Oh, Sir Henry, I was just going round to see that the windows were fastened.
On the second floor?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I check all the windows at night.
And that makes you cry?
Well, I was doing no harm, sir. I was just holding a candle to the window.
She must have been signaling someone.
Oh, no, sir.
There it is, Sir Henry. An answering signal from the moor.
No, sir. It's nothing. It's nothing at all, sir.
Move that candle across the window, Watson. That's it. There. Mrs. Harrison. You see, the other light moves also. Now, speak up. What is the meaning of all this?
Oh, please believe me, Sir Henry. It has nothing to do with you. It's a personal matter.
So you say. I know your family has been employed by mine for more than 50 years, but I'm not in Baskerville Hall a week before I find you deep in some dark plot against me.
Oh, no, sir, not against you, not you. You see, sir, My unhappy brother is starving on the moor. I cannot let him perish on my very doorstep. This light is a signal that food is ready for him, and his light is to show me and my husband the spot to which to bring it.
Good Lord. Then your brother is...
Yes. The escaped convict. Selden. The evil Notting Hill murderer. He is my brother.
We took the weeping unfortunate woman to her husband and left her. Sir Henry insisted on accompanying me on the moor to assist me in capturing this dangerous criminal. I had my revolver and Sir Henry a hunting crop. The moor was pitch black, but we easily picked out the pinpoint of light where the fellow was waiting. Mind the footing, Sir Henry. A pity we can't show a light.
I think we should bear more to the right. There's his light. Watson, what's that?
I don't know. A sound they have on the moor. I heard it once before.
Don't coddle me, Watson. That was the cry of a hound.
They say it's the cry of the Hound of the Baskervilles.
You believe that, Watson?
No, but I think that we should forget our expedition.
No, by thunder, whatever that cry was, it came from far away, near the mire. We must continue and get that convict.
I don't think that's wise. I urge you to return to the hall.
You don't believe in this hellhound, and neither do I. Come on, man.
Well, I'm charged with your safety. Holmes would never forgive me if something happened to you while you were in
While
my
we
care.
stand here jawing, our man will get away. Now, come on.
No, I cannot allow it.
You can't prevent it.
Well, either you come back to the hall with me now, willingly, or I shall be forced to knock you down and carry you back. Now, which shall it be?
Each of us carries within us the seeds of our own destruction. It would appear that Sir Henry Baskerville was no different. His pride was driving him to disregard the advice of those who were there to protect him. We'll be back with Act 3 and his decision in just a little while. People have varying thresholds of fear. For example, I have no particular fear of heights, but a friend of mine hugs the wall if he finds himself on a terrace more than 3 floors up. As for me, I shudder at the thought of being hunted down by a pack of dogs, whereas an experienced woodsman might not find that so terrifying. However, I think even an experienced hunter might well find the baying of a fiend dog, a hound from hell, a soul-shattering experience.
There it is again, Sir Henry. I don't know what it is, but you're walking back to the safety of the hall with me, or I shall knock you down and carry you.
And allow this murderous convict to escape.
And that, my dear Holmes, you must acknowledge, solves one mystery. The other, I frankly don't understand. It seems Sir Henry is much taken with Beryl Stapleton, who is indeed handsome. She talks of nothing but his leaving Baskerville Hall, and he suspects her brother, Stapleton, of being subject to fits of insanity. I repeat to you what he told me of yesterday's conversation.
Please, Sir Henry, why won't you listen to one who means you well and leave this place?
I will, if you come with me. We can be married anywhere you say,
Oh,
and...
heaven save us both. I have no defense against your stupidity.
This kind of behavior must come to a stop, sir. How dare you offer attentions to a lady which are obviously distasteful to her?
Now, hold on a second, Stapleton. I'm not ashamed of how I feel about your sister. I was hoping she might honor me by becoming my wife. And if you can find anything dishonorable in that, then you can go to the devil.
Well, my sentiments exactly, sir. Come, Beryl. We're going home.
You can imagine that Stapleton's conduct left both Sir Henry and I completely bewildered. And another thing. I'm sure there is another man on the moor. I swear I caught a glimpse of him when Sir Henry and I were out there searching for Selden, the convict.
I ask you, Sir Henry, not to report what I told you to the police.
The man is a public danger.
My husband and I have made arrangements for him to go to South America. If you don't inform the police, he can lie safely on the moor until the ship sails. That is, if he can stay out of the way of the other man who hides on the moor.
What other man? Whom are you talking about?
Gently, Watson.
I only know what my brother told me. There's another man in hiding out there. My brother says he seems to be playing some game of his own.
Did he say where he saw this man?
Around the old stone huts where the old folk used to live. About my brother, Sir Henry. Are you going to inform the police?
What do you say, Watson?
Well, if he were safely out of the country, it would relieve the taxpayers of a burden.
Oh, Lord bless you, sir. Oh, thank you, sir. I swear he'll go and you will never hear from him again.
And Holmes, no sooner had we gotten done with Mrs. Harrison than Stapleton was upon us with an explanation of his strange behavior of the other day.
I would ask you to let bygones be bygones and understand my sister is everything in my life. We've always been together.
Yes, but surely you must have thought that someday a beautiful woman like Beryl would naturally...
Marry? Leave me alone? Oh, of course. But when I was faced with a reality, it came as such a shock that I really wasn't responsible for what I said or did.
I understand completely.
That relieves me greatly because, in that case, I'm going to ask a favor of you.
Yes?
Give me some time to become accustomed to the situation.
Well, how do you mean?
I will withdraw all opposition if you give me 3 months before claiming her love. After that time, I shall have prepared myself for losing her. And if she's willing, she can become your wife.
I myself was determined to discover the identity of the other man hiding on the moor. And early that evening, I went to examine the abandoned stone huts where Mrs. Harrison said her brother believed the man to be lurking. I approached one of the huts, closed my hand over the butt of my revolver, and entered quickly. The place was empty, but there were distinct evidences that it was being used. As I looked around the remains of a meal, I heard a stone click. Then a figure loomed in the doorway.
Good lovely evening, my dear Watson. I really think you'd be more comfortable outside than in.
Holmes! I was never happier to see anyone in my life.
Oh, more astonished, eh? Please be careful with that revolver.
I thought you were busy working in London.
That was what I wished you to think. By keeping you in the dark, I've been able to pursue my inquiries freely. And I've uncovered some information which will lead us to the villain.
And all my reports have been wasted.
Not at all, not at all. I have them with me, and they helped me immeasurably. For instance, they've led me to the vital bit of information. The vital bit of information, my friend. The lady passing as Jack Stapleton's sister is really his wife.
Good heavens, Holmes. Are you sure?
Thanks to you, Watson. In all the pack of lies that Stapleton told you, he dropped one grain of truth. He was once a schoolmaster in the north of England. A check of scholastic agencies turned up the evidence I just passed on to you.
But why? Why this deception?
Because he foresaw that she would be much more useful to him in her character as a free woman.
But what does it all mean, Holmes? What is Stapleton after?
It's murder, Watson. Refined, cold-blooded, deliberate murder. But my nets are closing in on him, even as his are closing on Sir Henry. Another day or two at the joust, and we'll have him.
Good Lord, Holmes. The hounds!
Which way did it come from?
There, near the Black Door.
Come, Watson. You must not be too late. Not now. Faster, Watson. Faster. He's beaten us, Watson. We're too late. Fool that I was to hold my hand. And you, Watson, see what comes of abandoning your charge. Come on. Up there. Up there against the slope. Come on.
Wait. It's Sir Henry. I recognize the tweed jacket.
No. No, Watson, no. Oh, the man has a beard. It's not Sir Henry. It's Selden. It's Selden the convict, wearing Sir Henry's clothes, no doubt furnished him by his sister.
Dr. Watson. You're the last man I should have expected to see on the moor at this time of night. What's this? Somebody hurt? Don't tell me it's Sir Henry.
It's Selden, the escaped convict who appears to have fallen and broken his neck. What brings you onto the moor at this hour, sir?
I heard a cry. You heard it too, I expect.
Yes.
You hear anything else beside a cry?
No.
Well, that's very comforting coming from Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Well, you seem to be very quick at identification, Mr. Stapleton.
Oh, you also, Mr. Holmes. Now that you're on the scene, perhaps you've made some discoveries.
No, only that this tragedy will make an unpleasant memory for me to take back to London tomorrow night.
You return tomorrow?
That's my intention.
Does that mean you already have a solution to the strange events which have been troubling all of us here on the moor?
No. Any investigator needs facts, not legends or rumors. No, on the whole, this has not been a satisfactory case.
I couldn't believe that Holmes meant to leave the scene, and when I questioned him, he quickly set my mind at rest. He was laying a trap for that cunning Stapleton, and he needed also to have Sir Henry believe he wouldn't be on the scene. The following morning at breakfast...
Good morning, gentlemen. I see you've already helped yourselves from the sideboard.
I'm afraid I've made some rather heavy inroads on the bacon. It's exactly the way I like it. Tell me, tonight you dine with our friends, the Stapletons.
Yes. I hope you and Watson will join me. I'm sure you'll be welcome.
I'm sorry, but Watson and I must go to London.
London?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hope you and Watson are going to see me through this business.
My dear fellow, what I'm going to say next will try your trust in me even more sorely. But I beg of you to do as I ask.
What's that?
After you dine, walk back to the hall across the moor.
What? Isn't that the very thing you told me never to do?
I'm asking you to believe me when I say you'll be perfectly safe. But it's essential that you do it.
Of course, Holmes and I would be hiding along his path to Baskerville Hall, but we did not tell him that.
Careful, Watson. Oh, look over at the Grimpen Mire. Isn't that fog hanging over there?
It is indeed, Holmes.
Damnation. And it's moving toward us. Our success and even Sir Henry's life hang on his coming out before the fog is over the path. Oh, thank heaven. He's coming now, whistling in the dark. And I can't say I blame him. It's after him, Watson. Get your revolver.
Good Lord, Holmes! What is it? A creature from hell!
Watson, shoot!
The creature that lay lifeless on the path as Holmes and I stood over it was part bloodhound, part mastiff, and large as a small lioness. Even in the stillness of death, the huge jaws seemed to be dripping with a bluish flame, and the eyes ringed with fire. A white-faced Sir Henry staggered back to us.
What in heaven's name is that creature?
The family ghost, and it's dead. Whatever it is.
Yes, but the fire.
Phosphorus. Look, now my fingers seem on fire.
Holmes, it's a cunning preparation because it has no odor. Thus it didn't interfere with the brute's power of scent.
And now we must bring the man behind the brute to book. He's undoubtedly been warned by the shots that the game is up. And he's headed back to Merripit House and his wife.
Wife? You mean his sister? And surely it isn't Stapleton, but...
Sir Henry, I meant what I said. Beryl Stapleton is his wife. And his name isn't Stapleton. Since he's your younger cousin. The black sheep who didn't die in Central America, as we've been told.
What? I can't believe it. It can't be.
The door's open. I'll wait till the bird has flown, but let's go in and see.
There you are, Holmes. The villain's tied and gagged her. One moment, Beryl. Easy does it. There.
Oh, Henry.
Henry, I tried to warn you. You see what he did to me?
There'll be time for explanations later, madame. But where is he?
Where is he? Burning in hell, I hope. Dying slowly in the quicksand of the mire.
He knows a path. He told me so.
The path, yes. The path to his safe place in the center where he kept the great hound. I helped place the guiding wands. But yesterday, I changed them. And in tonight's fog, he'll not notice.
Stapleton's body was never found. Some days later, when Holmes and I were back in the Baker Street flat, I asked, there's one thing that still puzzles me. That business about the boots. What did Stapleton want with two different boots?
Oh, the first boot he stole was brand new, and therefore useless to him because he needed a boot with Sir Henry's scent for the hound.
Amazing, Holmes.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
What is even more amazing is the fact that Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the man who created the greatest detective of all time, a man whose cool, incisive reasoning served as a model for hundreds of lesser detectives, was himself a dupe of the spiritualists. He was constantly fooled and defrauded by mediums, and was laughed at by the world for relaying a message from Houdini's dead mother to Houdini. Only the message was in English, a language Houdini's mother never knew. I'll be back shortly. The record shows that Doyle, tired of writing Sherlock Holmes stories, and attempted to kill off his popular detective by having him thrown over the Reichenbach Falls. Popular demand, however, forced a reluctant Doyle to bring Holmes back. Our cast included Kevin McCarthy, Lloyd Battista, Carol Teitel, Robert Dryden, and Court Benson. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.